Malevolent Movies presents The Hunt for Holiday Horror featuring
Festicul.
Festicul has selected 2003's Shredder.
Did you just admit to only watching your part and not the whole movie?
No, I watched 20 minutes before we had to pick. Remember?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were
Which
saying that you only
Joe-
watched your part that you had to synopsize.
Which
No,
Joe
I
has
saw the whole
condemned
damn
others for
thing.
doing.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's an MGM film, Joe.
Yeah.
This is a major
studio
motion
movie.
picture.
Illustrious.
Yes.
It
It had-
premiered in Japan. It was in a couple cities in the U.S. It was a big movie.
I mean, it was reasonably big.
It was, yeah. I mean, it was an MGM. I mean, it was a studio movie. You
Well,
know.
Ryan, what are we watching today? What's going on?
We are watching the roughly 2001 to 2003 feature film
Somewhere in
Shredder.
there.
It's got multiple dates. I feel that 2001 is a good date because of how the movie kind of positions itself post Scream slasher, and the jokes and the references. But 2003 would also work. Either way,
Yeah, I mean,
early
I like
2000,
2001. I like the whole Kubrick thing.
This fucking
Early
guy,
2000.
swear to God.
and it is Festicul's pick, and the movie is Shredder. Shredder. It is not about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Unfortunately.
But there is a character who uses very similar vernacular to Michelangelo.
True.
What is some of that vernacular, Joe?
And
Pizza!
Fucking
Give
A.
pizza! Eat pizza!
Give pizza. Joe wants
Feed
pizza.
pizza!
meat
Feed
pie,
pizza.
meat pie.
Feed Joe the
Now,
pizza.
what are some things that Skylar says in this movie, Joe?
Oh, he says like stuff like he says like shittin', cowabunga, ass, come.
Shit,
Just cool like
cowabunga ass cum.
catchphrases that the turtles used.
There is a
Shit
segment. Shit in.
Shit in.
Can that be Joe's new catchphrase? Shit in. With that weird pause where he doesn't do the T. He does the pause to represent the T's. Shit in.
Slap
Hold
it on
on.
a
I can make
t-shirt. I'll
that my
wear
new
it.
catchphrase.
Pre-order right now.
Yep.
I'm Joe. Shit in Buckley.
Shit in.
But yes, Shredder.
God.
It's a slasher movie. It's set at an abandoned ski resort. A lot of powder, a lot of fat white to grind. Kind of a spiritual sister, spiritual brother to Ice Queen. Last year's
I could see that.
Festival masterpiece.
Yeah, well.
Looks like Trevor has a little something to say.
Gotta take my slippers off. Hold on.
Oh, he's taking the slippers off. He means
Oh,
business. Watch out.
Jesus, Ryan.
That'll
Yeah,
be
be honest. Yeah,
That's
if
Let
you
his
cold.
corns air out.
That's cold.
Ryan, make sure you put away your big mouth singing bass before the show starts. You don't want that to interrupt us.
I don't even know what joke you're going for here, buddy.
The singing
like,
Billy, because I'm an old
yeah,
man,
yeah,
and
the
of
big
course,
mouth,
old men
yeah.
all
Do
have
old
that.
people have those? Is that an old man
Yeah, they
thing?
love them. They love them.
I don't think
yeah.
that's exclusively old
Take
people.
me to the river.
I don't know about. I
Young
don't know
people
what
can have
old folk-
novelty singing fish, Joe.
I've
And the
never
fish is
seen one.
funny.
I've never seen one.
It was huge there for a while. It was even heavily featured in The Sopranos at one point. It was such a pop cultural
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, it was
That's
big.
true.
It was big.
I mean, the McDonald's commercial, give me that
Yeah.
fish, give me that
Yeah.
fish. They were singing salmon. There's all sorts of spin-offs.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
everywhere. What the fuck ever happened to all those fish? It was a
I
warehouse
don't know.
somewhere.
I think
full of them.
I think they just dumped them in the ocean. They put them back in the ocean where once they came. Just throw them in
Once
there.
they came.
Yeah, just let the batteries corrode. They can just breed with the other fish. We can get singing fish.
I don't think, now correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen, I don't think that we know, and we've done a lot of research, that there is a movie about one of these animatronic singing fish coming to life and killing people. Maybe we need to start working on that script.
That's a good idea.
Oh, I love
Hey.
that. Yeah, that's fun.
That's a good
It can
idea.
be called "Don't Sass the Bass."
Well, we can keep workshopping the
I
title.
don't.
It's
I don't
fine.
hate that. Damn it! I don't hate that.
Maybe I would say maybe that's a good poster line, a good tagline.
I like the
Mhm.
idea that the possessed or whatever, the alive killer, big Billy Mouth Bass, whatever he's called, is also commandeering many of the as seen on TV items of the day, and they all come alive. So you got the Ron
Yes.
Popeil, any of number of his
The s-
stuff. You got the Slap Chop, you got the
Snuggie.
ShamWow,
Yeah.
the Snuggie,
Oh God, there's so
all
many
of them made-
possibilities. Tyler, cut
made
this
for
part out.
TV.
Okay.
Yeah, we need this. Oh, that big phone with like the big buttons. So whenever you get dementia, you can still call people.
Whenever you get dementia, you can still call people.
Hey,
Yeah, you
Joe,
want
maybe
that,
there's
Joe?
a button that when you press it, it says, "It's shitting."
I don't need a button. I can do that live, baby.
Fucking
Shit.
I'll leave it. No, I'll wait for it. I'll put it in there in a good moment, a good opportunity.
So Shredder.
So yeah, Shredder, an MGM release. I don't know the history a lot very much behind the movie. If it was gonna be a studio release or it was a cable release, like pay cable, like Cinemax, HBO type of thing. But it is an MGM movie. We get the line at the very beginning, so it's not a super low budget affair, but it definitely fits that post Scream mold of slasher films that are kind of self aware and it's a mystery killer type of thing.
You know what?
Yeah,
I'd go as
enjoy
far. I'd say this is probably top 3 most competently shot films on Malevolent movies that we've done so far.
I'd agree.
Yeah.
And to that
Oh,
point,
it's well done. Yeah.
yeah, I get the feeling that I feel like this was an independent film that was bought by MGM.
It
Like,
could have been.
because I mean,
Yeah.
it's well done, but I mean, there's not a lot going on. There's only so many characters, only so many locations, and the locations are not like the most well kept places. So
No.
I
No
think
big
somebody
names
made
either,
a
right?
movie on an abandoned ski resort somewhere, and MGM was like, maybe like Ryan said right after Scream, they were like, oh, we got to get our movie. It's already done. Here's $100,000 or $500,000. We'll buy it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and the biggest thing that I feel the movie has going for it is the second unit, whoever was shooting the ski sequences and, photographing it and doing the actual, this wasn't stock footage. We weren't, unlike Ice Queen where we got a bunch of stock footage of guys snowboarding and ski. This was actually shot for the movie because it's in the same, and I thought it was fairly well done. Maybe because I rewatched A View to a Kill around the same time. I would say the ski moments in this are as good as A View to a Kill. And that's kind of an insult to A View to a Kill, but also a compliment to Shredder.
Now, I don't know how accurate this is, but according to IMDb trivia, when it was released in Japan, it was under the title Jason Z in an attempt to connect it to the Friday the 13th franchise.
What?
I mean,
Jason's cold. Jason's very cold in this one. He's gonna get him. He's gonna make him even more cold in this one.
in this one, he's gonna be shitting in the snow in this one.
Watch out for the yellow snow.
Why?
If you step in it, you'll get pee on your boots.
Hey Joe, you hear that sound? You hear that sound?
What's that? What's that?
That's
one?
the sound of the bottom of the barrel. It's getting scraped real hard right now.
I
Bottom
don't
of the
believe so.
buffet barrel.
I only want to give good commentary to other people.
Yeah, is that what you're
well,
Well,
then let's begin.
so
Unless
I
anyone has anything else they want to
yeah,
add.
I saw Shredder years ago at a movie night, probably somewhere between 2009 and 2000, maybe actually earlier than, maybe like 2007 to 2010, somewhere in there, and it was awesome. It was a great watch. Actually, this may be one of the earliest like things that turned me on to the concept of the horror movie night. Going and picking something because the box art. I don't think it was there. There's a box art which is a very bland silhouette of our Shredder killer and his glasses with a reflection. There's a much better one with like the faces of our leads screaming and stuff on the mask, and it says "Death to Snowboarders." I think that's the one that I remember seeing the DVD cover, and it was awesome. And so we watched it, had a blast. And so like I knew. I mean, Ice Queen for me is above Shredder, but I knew that this would be a good pick for Festicul for this year. And Ryan shared those sentiments. In fact, I believe this is a classic from Sean and Ryan's past as well.
The 4M
Yeah,
classic.
it is. It was a 4M movie. That was Ryan and I's movie, bad movie club, monster movie club, whatever, like years and years and years ago. And actually, I found the archive, and we watched Shredder. Ryan and I and a crew on January 5th, 2004.
Wow.
And we gave it three and 3.5 stars out of 5.
That's a good
which,
score.
Not
for
bad.
us at the time was very, very generous. And I
Yeah.
remember like we had a great time watching it. I remember it being a lot of fun. So it's been all that time since I've seen it in its entirety.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a nice homecoming to
2004.
Shredder.
Jesus.
It was,
That's the longest time.
it was probably it was in like the nearly new section at Family Video.
Yeah, Ryan,
Probably.
were you 80 then?
Yeah. How old were you, Joe, in 2004?
I was 24.
He was a zeitgeist.
Depending on what
2004, I
time of
would
the
have
year it was.
been probably about 8, maybe 9. 8.
Joe was like 3rd grade.
Well, Joe's grades and his age, those don't correlate
Well,
so
that's
well.
true. That's true.
That's not true. I was never held back. In
I
fact, I was a
was never
fairly
held
intense
back.
child.
They just no, they didn't hold you back. They just forgot to enroll you. They're like, oh fuck, he's 8. Get him in kindergarten.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he can't live underneath the stairs forever. We're going to have to put the boy in the public school.
Yeah, Harry Potter.
Well,
Okay.
well, you know, Joe's got the Andy Milonakis thing where he doesn't age. You know, we don't really know how old Joe actually is. He could
That's
be like
true.
45.
Joe's
We have
actually
no idea.
15.
Oh, God. Which means we met him when he was like 9.
Yeah.
A giant 9-year-old.
I was a foul boy.
I bet.
Like we said, the movie opens surprised with not very much unlike most Malevolent movies with a major studio. We get the lion roar, MGM, thinking, yeah, the home of James Bond. Yeah, the home of Shredder. Very similar.
Yeah, same movie.
Yeah, it's identical. Remember that part where Daniel Craig comes out and goes, gnarly, it's shitting.
Yeah. I think that was in Moonraker, actually. Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, the one Bond movie he knows. Continue.
I think that was an r/Moonraker.
Oh.
So the movie opens with some ominous shots of a beautiful ski resort. We see cabins, we see ski lifts, and most importantly, we see a code of conduct sign.
Well, hold
Code
on a
of
second.
conduct.
We get a shot of a busted up like snowmobile, and the ski lift is not moving. I don't know.
No. I mean, it's ominous. So it's abandoned. It feels very much like Halloween 4, where it opens, where you see just shots of the farm and barns, and it's all vacant, and it's kind of got this kind of droning music. It's just sort of setting up the vibe, setting up the tone of Shredder. But the movie's not as scary as the tone kind of sets up.
Hold on a second. Joe, was this movie frightening?
I would say it wasn't frightening. It was like suspenseful, it was shocking, it was macabre, but it wasn't frightening.
Macabre?
Who's
Right,
Macabre?
What the
I'm not touching it. I'm not.
I was going to bust your balls because I didn't even think you remembered the bit that I was referencing. You always going,
I don't
it's
think he does.
frightening.
I understand that.
It's macabre.
It's macabre.
It sounds like
That
a
on a shirt,
Brazilian
too.
parade.
Yeah. That movie was so macabre, I was shitting.
Macabre. Sorry, Ryan.
No, that's okay.
We're off. This is off to poor Festicul,
we're-
man.
We're off the trail. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And our code of conduct isn't good, and that's not going to make the Shredder happy, as we're going to find
That is
out.
true.
We need to get back on these advanced slopes. We need to get off the bunny trail.
So after we get that few opening shots, we see a pair of hot dogging athletes grinding that fat white.
Ooh.
It takes about a second for us to realize that it's a snowboarder and a skier, and the snowboarder is actually being chased by the skier. We can't see the skier's face, of course, due to the safety headgear. I don't know what else to call it, the helmet and the goggles, etc. After a fairly impressive chase sequence, especially for a movie of this ilk, we see that a second skier is just ahead of the snowboarder, down the hill a little ways, amongst the trees. The second skier pulls a wire across the trees, and the snowboarder, he can't stop fast enough, and he's 3/4 decapitated by the wire.
It's
He also
pretty good.
loses-
Wasn't bad. Effect wasn't bad.
So good. Yeah,
There's
it's
one
fun.
shot where I'm assuming it's a dummy, but there's a dummy on the snow. Well, there's a dummy moving very quickly, and you see the moment where the head gets almost chopped off, and it's visceral, and it's like you see the tension where the neck doesn't go all the way through, or it doesn't go through all the way through the neck, so it like flings back, and
it's super effective. And the dummy, because I think it is a dummy, but you see, like, he's got this expression on his face too, like his mouth is like half open, like, and like it's like,
Joe,
damn
grab your
it.
sex doll.
I do not have a sex doll. And even if I did, I wouldn't show her to you perverts.
It's a kick-ass opening kill to a movie, man. It's like it's a very like low scale version of the opening of Ghost Ship, but where that kind of develops slowly. Where that develops slowly, this happens like doing, and boom, 3/4 of the head's off. You're like, holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first like 90 seconds.
Great. Yeah, that's one place where I think this movie excels, at least in some of the kills, as it is the sound design. It's always pretty wet, and it's got that punch to it when it needs to.
It's nasty.
And also, I should say, he also loses some fingers because he put his hands up, try to stop himself, and so he cuts 3/4 of his neck. His fingers are off. Then we get a close up though on his hand squeezing a pamphlet. And the pamphlet says this: the skier's responsibility code. 1, always ski in control. Be able to avoid other people and objects. 2, do not disembark from a chairlift except at designated areas. And 3, observe all posted signs and warnings. Keep off trails and out of closed areas. The camera lingers on this so we can read it because this is very important to the lore and some of the impetus behind our killer later on in this movie. The skier then stops next to the body and takes the pamphlet from the dying snowboarder's hand. Close up on his 3/4 decapitated head, and the camera moves up and out, and the title Shredder superimposes
the killer should have
over.
said like, I'm sorry, I was gonna say the killer should have said like, no littering. That would have been cool.
No littering.
He wasn't littering though.
No.
Well, yeah, the pamphlet was like on the ground.
If the killer talks, unless it's got a voice box, it's going to ruin. It's a mystery killer.
Yeah.
So if he's like, no littering, we're just going to wait for that character to show up that sounds like that.
No snow surfing.
I can't do the voice box thing.
Yeah.
No littering.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, if the killer was a heavy smoker.
Oh, Jesus. I gotta say this title card though, like with the production value of like the snowboard ski chase and then the semi decapitation, and then you get the shitty chiller font that you get in Word 97.
Yeah,
like,
you start with MGM, and 2 minutes later you're at that. It is a pretty stark contrast.
Yeah, it's not a great title card. They try to fill it in with a little blood because it's like white, and then it gets red in there, but still, it's too little, too late at that point. But the kill is great, and and we know we're in Shredder territory now. We know what to expect a little bit now from this movie. We're going to get some good viscera. We're going to get some good kills.
Yep.
But we instead fade in on a shower head. As water begins to pour out onto a blonde actress, we cut to the point of view of some heavy-breathing ne'er-do-well. As we get...
Need your back washed?
Hey, sister, do you need help? It's me, Joe.
No, she's married. She's married.
I know I'm not supposed to see the bride before the wedding, but I don't know if that counts with brothers.
I don't make pig snorts.
Why is she snorting?
I don't make pig snorts.
That's from the vaping. It's deviated septum.
No, vaping's completely healthy. It's 100% cool. Little kids should do it, I think.
All right. Anyway, we got a heavy-breathing ne'er-do-well. As we get shots of the blonde soaping up her various bits and pieces, the heavy breather inspects some undergarments. There's several different types of undergarments, female undergarments, that are on the bed just outside of the bathroom. Back in the shower, the blonde is scrubbing, unaware that the heavy breather is entering the bathroom. He's wearing some sort of red coat because we get that psycho shot through the shower curtain as he's getting closer. The form is getting closer. We're getting a better shot. Closer and closer to the shower. Suddenly he pulls open the curtain to reveal he's holding a red rose. Oh, the blonde doesn't give a shit. She's scared and angry, as you would be. She begins to yell and hit this Romeo with her loofah. Christ, Cole, you scared the shit out of me. And then she pulls the curtain shut.
And if Ryan
Women
hasn't
like it
mentioned
when you
this yet,
scare them real bad.
it's Katie Peterson from Saved by the Bell. For any of you bell heads out there.
Oh, I consider myself
right.
a pretty big Saved by the Bell fan, but I did not recognize her at all from the show. Ox, I would have known. Troy Froman, that's his real name. He owns a deli now. But yeah, I would have known Ox.
Wait, what was the bell gonna do to him? How come they had to get saved by it?
So then they get into the car.
We got a few more things. Cuts a few moments later as the blonde, whose name is Kimberly, is in the bedroom getting dressed. Cole, who we now can see fully and is played, speaking of sitcoms, is played by the actor who was Steve,
On Full House.
Candace Cameron's boyfriend from Full House, also the voice of Aladdin. So he had a very auspicious start to his career, led to Shredder. You know, we can now see him fully. He attempts to get some of the some of the naughty, but Kimberly refuses his lame advances, telling him to wait for the mountain where it will be special. Cole conveniently recites their weekend plans for us audience members, a secluded romantic ski weekend getaway, just the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Kimberly then says, well, about that getaway alone. Cut to Cole and Kimberly driving in his truck, surrounded by 4 other people. And we get a
switcheroo.
Yeah,
It's implied here too that they have never banged it out, so to speak.
No, yeah.
It was supposed to happen this weekend, the special getaway. It was going to be very special, and then
Never even got a single piece of nookie.
no. Now
Can't
it's
even
a
get a
party.
single slice of nookie around here.
Can you slice me off a little bit of that?
I love
I
whenever
have
we
a
get.
half slice of nookie.
I love
3/4
whenever
slice.
we get a bunch of teens crammed into a van or something.
Yeah.
Like, we got it in the nest. We got it in a cheerleader camp, or not in the nest. I'm sorry. We got it in cheerleader camp. Something else this summer.
Butcher
No, this
hot
again-
dogs.
hot pizza.
It's a
Or
classic.
hot, what's that called?
What hot
There was
pizza?
just one episode ago.
Super hot?
Super hot. They did that
Oh.
super hot. They
Sure.
were all shoved in it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a classic shot where
That's a
the
hot pizza movie.
everybody. The director has to tell everybody to make sure they're in the shots. You can see that there's so many kids crammed in this
Yeah.
car.
Yep.
All right. So, and so there's 4 brand new people in the car, and they are, we've got Robin, a flirtatious brunette who seems to get very close with Kimberly. You know, they enjoy each other, very close.
Nothing wrong
Pike.
with that. Nothing wrong.
Pike, the emo girl buddy to Cole, and she's also Kimberly's cousin. Skylar, who's this annoying Mountain Dew commercial type with a video camera, played by an actor credited only as Billy O. Just Billy O.
Do we have any more
Oh.
info on Billy O? Did anybody look that up? I was going to. I forgot.
I clicked on his IMDb, and
you
it
boys
looks like
keep
he's
at it. I'll check it out.
he's like Billy O something now, but for some reason
Okay.
in his Shredder days, he just wanted to be known as Billy O.
Shredder. That's right, Shredder.
I was wondering if he was actually like a semi-professional snowboarder that just got his
Oh.
maybe
Yeah.
that was like his handle for shredding Billy O. I don't know.
Billy O'Sullivan
Billy O'Sullivan.
is his
What if
name.
it turns out it's Bill Olstein's son, and he goes by Billy O?
But who's Bill Olstein?
Yeah, who's Bill Olsen?
Isn't he that preacher?
You talking about Joel
big ass-
Joel
Olstein?
Osteen.
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't even know you knew of Osteen, so I'll give you that, Joe.
Yeah,
I didn't
thank-
even
yeah,
know
thank
you
you, thank
were
you.
aware of him. So,
Yeah, it's a topical reference.
It's
well,
not
I'm
a
sure.
topical rip. What is
Well,
top? Never mind.
No, it is because didn't they just find a bunch of money in the walls to his church?
God
Yeah,
damn
in
it,
there?
Sean.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
probably.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he
Alright.
wasn't. Yeah. There was. He keeps popping up.
So he's been on Reddit quite a bit lately, Joe. Is that it?
Yeah, probably.
Nothing wrong with
Nothing
checking the
wrong with
news.
that. That's gonna be his new. That's his new catchphrase.
Yep.
Shitted.
Yeah,
Nothing
nothing
wrong
wrong
with
with
that.
shit.
Nothing wrong with that shitting.
Yeah, we be shitting.
We be shitting. Good lord.
So who else? Yeah, Skylar. He's always got a video camera. We'll get more into that as well. He's a budding filmmaker. And finally, we have Kirk.
Get a lot of footage.
Yeah, I gotta get the footage.
Several
Got a lot of
terabytes
footage.
worth.
I hate editing, but I'm getting the footage.
Gotta get that footage, baby.
And then there's Kirk. He's stoned all the time, but apparently he's a fairly good snowboarder. What we're told, he's actually a talented athlete.
Yeah.
We don't really see a ton of it because he's high most of the time. But
Yeah.
it's implied, I guess. Cole's annoyance is recognized by the group. Pike assures him, "Hey, don't worry, we just came to shred."
Yeah.
Exact
I mean,
quote.
Cole is a wet blanket in a lot of ways.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't quite understand. First of all, like most movies that involve a lot of college age kids or people, the dynamic makes zero sense. Like, I get Kimberly and I get Robin together, and I can almost understand like Kirk being there, but like, Skylar is just like a nerd, like, or not even a nerd, but he's like a nerd that's kind of cool, but also like a big pussy. And then there's Cole, who's the wet blanket.
Cole, I don't understand. But doesn't Skylar work with
I'm
the
making
snowboarder
a
guy?
documentary
Yeah,
about
isn't
Kirk
that
snowboarding.
But I didn't get how the snowboarder and Skylar, how they fit into the group.
Oh, I don't
like
understand.
how did they get invited on the trip?
Yeah.
That's what I didn't understand.
Well,
I don't know.
Well,
in
something
Pike in
about-
general, just I mean,
My cousin's coming. I mean, is it
Everybody
like a
knows
Tad
you
Joe?
gotta invite the. Yeah.
You gotta invite the cousins.
Yeah, his mom said that I gotta bring Tad along because like he lost his Game Boy, so he's bugging his mom, so I gotta take him now.
did you get it all out, Joe?
I think
Oh yeah.
Yeah, make sure squeeze that underarm again. Make sure you get it all out.
I have muscles. I have big muscles.
I have big muscles, Ryan.
They're just pointing the wrong way.
Got big mayonnaise bag.
Mayonnaise bag.
I'm working on my mailbag, boys.
Oh,
That's not what my arms look like. They don't flap.
no
fuck
flap
they
like
don't.
olive oil.
The fuck they don't.
I'm like Popeye. I just eat a can of spinach and I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to see. Ooh, maybe that's one of our Joe Olympic Games trials.
Spinach
is
eating.
eat one can of spinach. Just
I'm
one.
trying to lift weights.
Yeah, I'll eat.
Not
Yeah,
like
spinach.
not like eat a can in 30 seconds. Nothing crazy. Just eat it.
Yeah, just chilled. And I want it
no,
to be
do it.
slightly chilled, Joe. So we take it out of the fridge and eat it.
Unfortunately, I think Joe could probably open a can of spinach with his teeth. Because that's
If
how he
Joe
likes to
can-
open his cans of pop. I
If
bet he
Joe
could do
can
it.
eat it like Popeye, I would give him his own medal for that. Just squeezes it and it flies up in the air and he catches it in his gullet.
Yeah. And then my
That sounds
eyes
great.
pop out real big, like big out of my head, because I see a pretty gal.
And
That's
then you
just cat,
then you
though.
grab a jug of olive oil and you go to bed.
Ooh,
I'd start fucking the tiny mouth on the bottle. That's fine.
Yep, that's
The
Oh.
fact that you call it a mouth makes it so much worse.
You disgusting thing, you. You're one
fine,
piece of
it's
work,
fine.
Joe Buckley.
No,
Ryan's just rocking
it's
in his
fine.
rocking
I'm-
chair. You
Mhm.
disgusting thing.
See, this is why I need Ryan on the camera. Okay, I need to see his
One of
actual
these days,
reaction
I'll
to
get the
this.
setup better so I can.
He'll do it. He'll
see
do
me,
it.
Oh
at least the top of my head.
What is happening? What is happening right now?
I know because we got a long ways to go.
So we're at the they're at a truck stop at a gas station.
Yeah, where are we?
They're at Babbins's
Cut to a few
grocery.
minutes. The blonde is Kimberly. Robin. Blah blah blah. Cole's annoyance. Okay, yeah, okay. So Skylar is supposedly there to document Kirk, who's a shredder of some note, and he uses his camera to give us a who's who of the characters. So this is how we learn about everybody, because he's pointing at everybody and saying stupid stuff, and they say their names, and it's that sort of device. We find out that the ski area that they are headed to isn't open to the public, but Kimberly's dad's company is going to purchase it. Skylar's camera bullshit causes Robin to spill her coffee all over her pants, so they pull over at a gas station while some Matrix music outtakes fill the soundtrack. As Robin and Kimberly head for the bathroom, here's the part that Joe probably enjoyed. As Robin and Kimberly head for the bathroom, Skylar looks into the camera, his video camera that is, and says, "There's nothing like seeing a beautiful pack of women visiting the watering hole." He then gives his camera to
Nothing
Pike.
wrong with documenting a herd of buffalo going to the watering hole.
Yeah, okay. He gives his camera to Pike, telling her to document everything. Pike says, "Yeah, I'll tape myself peeing and you'll sell it on the internet." Yeah. Um,
And then Joe will watch it.
Yep.
yeah,
I'll check it out. That's fine. Yeah.
yeah, he'll
You get the-
download it.
you get a good
so
shot
he
at-
won't watch it.
Old Tostitos bag.
I
that
have to
Kirk's got.
archive. I have to archive this not a urine video.
Archive.
He's an archive.
Skyler then expresses his desire for Pike to his boys. Kirk says she's gay. Skyler says she just hasn't found the right man. So Skyler is into Pike, I guess.
And Skyler's going to be the right man.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just hasn't found
Kmart Seth Green's going to be the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
He
a good
just
example.
hasn't
Yeah.
found the right man yet.
Yeah, he sounds like the squeaky voice teen on SpongeBob, The Simpsons.
I was just gonna say it's a Simpsons guy. Oh. Then we cut to the bathroom with the ladies goof off for Skylar's camera. Outside the bathroom, we see some handsome bearded blonde guy kind of skulking by the bathroom. Back inside the bathroom, Pike disapprovingly looks on as Kimberly brags about treating Cole like shit and leading him on. She says she really wants Chad something or other. I couldn't get the last name. Chad.
Thundercock.
Chad Charnley.
Charnley?
Yes, I'm pretty sure it's Chad Charnley because I remember
Okay.
when I watched this for this, I was like, wait a minute. I had an inside joke with friends years ago that involved this joke that there was this handsome debonair man out there called Chad Charnley. And I'm like, this is what it's from.
There you go.
Awesome. All right. Well, Chad
There's
Charnley.
always a Chad out there getting the women.
Uncovered bit. Look at that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bit archaeology.
Oh, God.
Ugh.
Trevor, can you make a shirt called Bit Archaeology? And we're all huddled around like one open dug up spot, but Joe's bones are like over to the side. We're just completely
Well, yeah, it's
ignoring
got to it's got to tie in a little bit to Scream of the Mummy. So
Yep.
maybe
Oh,
the background
God.
looks like that school.
Yeah. And Joe's dressed like an
Somebody's
ancient
holding
Aztec
the
warrior.
amulet.
Well,
Yeah.
Joe's the bountiful mummy,
Yeah.
the
Big
breasted mummy. All right, yeah. Then yeah, she said she really wants Chad. What did you say is Chernal?
Chad Charnley.
Chad Charnley.
Hardly.
Who's going to be meeting them at the lodge? Bet Cole doesn't know about this. The ladies exit the bathroom and they run into the bearded weirdo outside. Instantly, they are attracted to his handsome visage and exotic accent. Pike reminds him that, hey, you're trying to access the ladies' room, but he tells them that in my country, men and women share the toilet. He then introduces himself as Christoph from Europe.
Yeah, just Europe.
Yeah, he's because like, where are you from? He's Europe.
Joe, can you do a Christoph accent?
Trying to think of like European.
Or you could just think of the movie you just watched.
Yeah, because
Well,
that's
I'm trying to think
the
of how to
joke.
do it. I'm trying to think of like
He's
That's the
all
joke
of
is
a
that he's a
all of a
he's
sudden
just
he's
doing a
got to
very
get into
generic
character.
sort of thing, and that's why he's like, Europe.
So all people
Come on,
came from
Joe.
Africa. They moved out across the lands. Ooh, they used an ice bridge to get to Britain, and then they evolved and.
it was a thing where it was one continent and then it got split. God smashed it with its hands. He got really pissed one day.
God smashed it with his hands.
What if Joe was Gaia?
Oh God. I don't even know.
He would just
Chad Charnley.
yeah.
Still
All
waiting
right,
on that accent there, Joe.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, it is me, European man.
I hate that.
That's fine.
For the length of wait, it deserved no laugh, but it still was funny.
It was
Thank you.
fine. It's a little Italian something or other.
Yeah.
It's me, European man.
Hey, I'm the guy in the pizza box.
Yeah. For Joe, the idea of somebody living outside of America that begins and ends with Mario.
Hmm.
That's it.
I like it when they jump. I like
when he
it when they
thinks of
jump
somebody-
up and down.
Maybe
When he thinks of
maybe
somebody from another
Australia.
country, he just thinks Mario.
Maybe he'll get a g'day, mate.
Yeah.
It's that or Mario.
That's not a knife.
Crikey,
That's a
that's a
flashlight.
big one.
Mario and Steve Irwin are the only two non-Americans in
Crikey,
Joe's.
it's shitting.
I like
Oh,
when
boy.
Joe has nothing. Like right now, he's just sitting there with his cheeks bunched up, and he's got nothing. I love it.
Mm.
I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to scare Joe. But earlier I was thinking, I'm like, you know what? Joe wouldn't be as loud today if Zach were on.
No, I
Why?
don't think so.
Wait.
Look at you.
Why?
Because-
You're trying to play it off like,
Why?
why would you even mention
Why?
that?
Is he gonna grab me with his big
It's not
muscles?
that I have a
'Cause you're
general
intimidated.
fear of Zach's presence.
You're intimidated. You're intimidated by Zach.
No, absolutely not.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No, he's short.
Yeah.
He's a short man. I'm taller than him. I can pick him up.
You are
We
taller
know the
than
people
him.
that intimidate
I
you.
am.
Wrestler from Butcher the Bakers and Zach. Those are the
No,
two.
he was just rude. No,
Those are
no,
the
he's
two.
rude and greasy.
Crazy.
Yeah, I'm dropping tea. I'm not
You're-
afraid
Zach,
to drop tea.
You're looking
Drag and
pretty rude and
responsibility.
greasy
Those are
right
the three
now.
things that get Joe sweating.
That's right.
No.
That drag and
No,
responsibility.
no.
Anyway,
Still shaking
Christoph
his
is from
head.
Europe, and people pee, men and women pee all over each other in his country. They apparently invite him along because next thing we know, he's in the truck. He's in the Jeep, Cole's vehicle. But when he loads his gear in, we see black gloves with red fingers, very similar to the killer was wearing in the first scene of the movie. Red herring. Red herring. As the gang continues
he
down the
better
road.
not. I saw that message in the chat.
Oh.
I'll get to that. As the gang continues down the road, they come upon a slow-moving truck with a massive snowblower on the front, those big blades. They pass him, Skylar yelling insults at him as they do. The truck also has a Death to Snowboarders sticker on it.
Red herring. Red herring.
Red herring. The herring is red. The herring is red. Just like Buckley's nose.
What? No.
Your dad, because he's a raging alcoholic.
Oh, no, he doesn't drink that much. He smokes more. He used to smoke a lot. Yeah, he used to smoke.
He gave up the back. He's not smoking no more.
Dad, yeah.
Yeah, after the
Good.
heart attack.
Both
Well,
mom
good.
and dad.
Good. I'm
Oh,
actually
very
glad to hear
good.
that.
It's been a couple
Yeah.
years, right? Fucking A, Joe.
Yeah, it has. No, it has now, yeah.
No, I'm talking
Yeah,
about the
Joe-
camera. You're fucking...
Joe's smoking all of them now.
Yeah.
They had a bunch just lying around, so he's
Yeah,
like, wow,
that's-
it's a responsibility thing.
Huh?
God, your parents
What?
must be
What?
so disappointed. They, after 50 years or 40 years, they finally quit smoking, but their lineage is just lighting up, just withering
It's
away.
fine.
You
It's
smoked
fine.
a whole ass doob in your mother's house.
No, that was only half of one. I've still got the half of
It doesn't-
one.
You still is the same one?
Yeah.
First of all,
It's in a
throw it
package.
out.
It's in a nice package. No!
I-
No.
Don't do that in the house,
Joe's
Joe.
dad just sitting
Like we
upstairs,
said-
gets a whiff of it, sitting in his chair, white knuckling it, sweating, fighting that urge.
No,
I
he's
did-
just like, Julie, I'm
I'm-
feeling a bit peckish, and he's just eating everything in the
I'm
fucking
sure
fridge.
they know what weed is. They grew up in the 70s.
I'm not saying they don't
Everybody
understand
knows
what it is.
knows what weed is. After a certain age, you have knowledge that it exists.
What are you doing?
What the hell are you
He's
doing?
I
trying
was
to-
gonna. Yeah, I
he's
was gonna show
trying
you
to-
the blunt that I still
Yeah, I
have.
was gonna show you the blunt. We know what it looks like.
All
Joe.
right. Yeah, Joe,
Yeah,
come
we're 10
on.
minutes into the movie. I'm
No,
sorry.
but it's half of one. It's half of
Okay.
one.
Oh, I
Okay.
believed you, Joe. I'm sorry for bringing it up.
All right, go ahead.
They
and
get
eat
to
it.
the
Go
place.
ahead and eat it.
Yeah, yeah, dip it in salsa. Let's go. We cut to a chain link fence with a no trespassing sign. This is our hero's destination. And they can't get access. Robin reads about the resort from a book. She says the Rocky Summit is owned and operated by Olympic skier Buddy Williams, his wife, and 2 daughters. One of the last family-owned ski resorts in North America.
Now, I want to
We'll come
posit
back.
something here. There's a specific location that comes up later in the movie. I don't want to spoil it. That is surrounded by rocks with small patches of what looks like melting snow. This looks like that same place. I feel like this is like the photography after, like they went back to get this stuff or something.
Yeah.
Like, because it's like we had the lodge and the ski resort set, and then everything else we had to go like when spring hit or something.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's very dry here.
Yeah.
All right, so where am I? Kimberly admits. All right, then at this point, Kimberly admits that her father hasn't exactly bought the place yet, so they don't have a key to get in with their Jeep. It doesn't matter because there's enough gap in the fence that everyone, except for Cole and Kimberly, slip through the gap and get their clothes on, get their snow shoes on or whatever, and start shredding. Then we get this is all a montage. Cole tries various ways to get through the chain so they can get the Jeep in. He uses a crowbar, he uses a hatchet, he tries to melt it. He tries to melt it with a flare. But, you know, and like I said, it's all a montage. While a pop punk song plays with the chorus, I just want to get laid. It plays over and over and over. I loved it.
I wonder if that was composed for this film.
Well, you know what I love about this? This is a really, really nice detail, and it's dumb, but as a musician, I really appreciated it. Every dumb pop, generic, you know, late 90s, early 2000s, Blink-182 ripoff pop punk song, Sum 41, whatever, that came on in this film had something to do with the plot at that time.
Yes.
So this one, you know, because Cole was lamenting about, you know, he's want to get laid. Skylar wants to get laid, you know, and then this song comes on. I want to get laid before I die. The last line of the song.
Did you relate to the song, Joe?
Yeah. I've got, it was like, it was very inspirational to me. I'm just saying, it was very inspirational.
It was very frightening,
like,
Ryan.
Damn, I just wanted to get one piece of pussy before I die.
One
You have
piece.
to punch your fist to make a point. Every time you do something, you have to fucking hit that meaty fist into your meaty palm.
I wasn't aware that I was doing that. I'm sorry. I wasn't aware that I offended you.
Shitting.
I wasn't aware that I offended you. Oh, God.
Okay. So while Kristoff and Robin flirt while careening down a mountain, and it's one of those things where it's obviously the actors are not the people doing the skiing, so it's like a close up on, you know, each person's face, and they're kind of looking at each other with the wind blowing through their hair, very much like Roger Moore in A View to a Kill during those opening sequences where it's blatantly obvious that, you know, these are not the same people that we're watching snowboarding, but nevertheless, it's all fun. Christopher, though, at this moment experiences some weird, oversaturated flashbacks, causing him to wipe out. Robin goes to see what happened. Luckily for her vagina, he is okay. He just, quote, saw something. And that somehow,
I saw something.
an hour later, is the end of my segment.
Yeah. Well, here, let me set up the next part.
I saw something. I saw something.
Speaking of a rocky summit, here's Joe's part.
Ooh. All right.
It ain't the summit, though.
Cole is still struggling to get a chain off the gate, while Skylar sees a hot gal skiing down the slopes and is watched by an ominous figure. They break into the cabin, but aren't sure whose bag is already out by the front door. Skylar is trying to convince his friends of the girl he saw earlier, while Kirk reveals that he was able to buy clean urine online to compete in tournaments. The group is worried because they might not have enough beer to last them the weekend, but Cole is immediately whipped into going into town for him. So the group is worried because they might not... Oh, no, I said that. So when they get to the local bar, all the slack-jawed yokels stare at them like they've never seen a camera before. The bartender warns them to not go snowboarding on Rocky Summit, and that evil lurks on those gnarly white hills. The man with the snow mulcher scares them outside, and they almost back up into oncoming traffic. I assume that's what that's called.
Is that what it's called? Because I'm actually impressed if that's what it's actually called.
No, I looked it up.
Snow,
It's just a snow. They just call it a snowblower. But when it's on trucks like that, those blades, you can Google it and you'll see trucks that look just like that. I thought there might be a cooler name for it, but no, that just says snowblower.
Snow mulcher.
It's just affixed to the front of a truck.
I call them all. I knew about from Mr. Plow, that classic Simpsons episode that we all hold dear in our heart.
Good episode.
It is, yeah.
You know what from that episode?
Yeah, can you sing the song?
I know
Do you
about
remember the
snow.
song?
Sure.
It's Mr. Plow. That's my name. Call 8111
Nope.
Mr. Plow.
Wrong. All fucking wrong.
That's still more than I would have expected him to get, though.
I was vaguely impressed,
Sure.
honestly.
I expected him to fuck up saying Mr. Plow right at the top. It's Mr.
You know what?
Plow.
Joe, what was the name of
Mr.
Mr. Plow's
Plum.
rival? The plow that Barney drove. Do you remember?
Yeah. What's his name?
Come on, Joe.
You got
It's,
this.
it's during the seasons that you say are
Mr.
good.
Icy. No. Guess
Mr.
again.
Icy. Come on.
You're thinking too hard.
You know that Mr. Icy is slush that you eat. You know that. If anybody knows that, you know.
All right. It's the Plow King.
Yeah.
Barney is Plow King.
Okay.
You are
right.
really shit in the bed, Joe.
Hey, Joe, what else happened at that bar? Did anything interesting happen at the bar? Anything that might come up later in my section?
Well, so he sees, basically, Skylar sees the girl again, and he's like, oh, yeah, there's that super hot, smoking hot piece of ass in the bar. I told you she wasn't imaginary. Basically, the man scares them with the snow thingy, and they almost back up into oncoming traffic.
Classic.
So the group plays.
Yeah, no kidding.
I tried to get through my stuff quick.
Yeah,
I'm
because
watching
you were
along
writing
30
it in
seconds,
real time.
30 seconds, 30 seconds.
Yeah. There's no nuance to any of it.
I try to write in little clever gags, like little jokes.
I'm waiting to hear some of them.
Where are these?
This isn't MST3K.
They're coming up.
Okay.
Just tell us what happened.
Okay, so the group plays drinking games, like try to get coin in cup and make the guys come in their pants by undoing their bra.
They get coin in cup.
They were playing that game.
Joe Buckley, Quest for Fire, Cro-Magnon, missing link over here. Cup and coin in cup.
Coin in cup.
Suddenly,
coin in cup. Fish in stream.
fired bad.
Joe's just a caveman. That's really where it comes down to.
Oh man, that's all it is.
So suddenly, the local sheriff shows up to buzzkill the cool party. He says that the cabin is condemned, and he'll have to arrest them all. The girls flash him some skin, and they bribe him, so he feels up a little bit of ass and makes his way out.
Well, hold on.
Is this the sheriff? Are we already at that part?
Yes,
you're right,
because
the sheriff.
Oh, this is a really good bit, Joe.
So the sheriff is like a character
He's
out
a
of like a
horny old man.
cartoon. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bad acting, but it's excellent. Like it's
funny. It's a great bit.
yeah.
Because at first he's acting all like, well, you guys shouldn't be up here, like he's going to be super straight laced, but then within minutes he's all like,
not even
grabbing
minutes.
people. And, yeah.
Oh, you guys want to know a great place to go get high? Let me tell you.
Yeah, here's a couple
Yeah,
20s, and we'll let you squeeze our girlfriend's butts and get out of here, would you? All right, later.
It doesn't take much for him to turn
No.
from sheriff to party.
So
Coin and
Kimberly,
Cup, Joe.
I remember Coin and Cup. That was a fun game. It was a fun game from my childhood. So Kimberly reveals that there was a little girl on the slopes, and a group of drunkards killed her. When the cops tried to arrest them, the drunks had vanished, and the slope was haunted.
The drunks had vanished.
So basically, she was basically going to scope out this place so her dad might be able to buy it on the cheap. Suddenly, Robin shrieks in horror, saying she saw someone outside. Pike is able to get the jump on Cole and spooks him good. He implies that she's a raging lesbian, and she says that Kimberly made that up. Luckily for them, they're able to jump the power box through the abandoned murder slope, so they'll be able to ski in style.
Shel Silverstein Buckley over here.
Man, that came out of nowhere. Oh, geez, Louise, Joe. Man, okay, so yeah, in there, I'm surprised, Joe, you didn't pick up the very lazy Poltergeist reference there.
Oh, he didn't even catch it.
He's never seen Poltergeist.
No, go into the line. I've seen it. I've seen the film.
He hasn't seen Shredder or Poltergeist.
I've seen both of them.
I bet.
Both of them. I've
Oh
seen
my-
every film.
Oh, jeez.
Skeleton in mud.
I remember when the tree tried to snatch out that boy.
Oh God! I like Rockin' Chair Ryan making fun of Troglodyte Joe.
It's just another version of Man with No Brain, really, is all it comes down to.
That smells like a new Man with No Brain poster
Hey,
or
but you know,
T-shirt or
it's
something.
good. It's good.
My chair doesn't rock, though. It's just
Ryan
a
and
little,
in this drawing
I
it
know
does.
it's fun
I
for the
know.
innocent.
Mine does.
I just want to be transparent.
I just picture you like Professor X with a blanket.
Sean's seen the chair. He might not realize, but he's seen the chair.
Oh yeah,
I
I'm
think you
pretty
put.
sure
I think you put.
Frosted Flakes?
Frosted Flakes all over the damn chair.
I did. I poured them all. I kicked them all over your goddamn apartment.
Yeah, I've had this
I
chair
did.
for 15, 16 years, man.
There's probably some
Wonderful.
still in there.
Yeah, I
You
guarantee
reach
there
down
is.
far enough, you'll find some.
Yeah.
A little
Oh
snack.
boy.
Oh jeez. So as Joe very poorly put, electricity is now on at
Power make light.
is now on at the ski resorts, so which means the ski lifts are working, they're operating, they have lights, they can ski safely. There's a beautiful shot of snow cascading down, so we do know there's power and there's light, and it's slow motion, and it's beautiful, and it's gorgeous. And then we cut to Eurotrash Christoph. He's in bed, he is sleeping, and of course, there's no heat in this rundown abandoned resort, but he's sleeping shirtless because you know what? They paid for those abs. We're going to see those abs. So I don't know how the fuck he's doing it, but they got electricity on the slopes. His eyes are open though. He is distant. He's awake. He's distracted. He's hearing screams in his sleep and he's looking slightly concerned. And then we cut to Skylar and Kirk, the snowboard champ, and they're in their sleeping bags. They're passed out. Once again, no shirts. No shirts. I don't understand. I'm cold all the time, guys. I'm in Florida and I have 3 layers. I'm wearing 3 shirts right now. So I cannot get past the fact. Look, I have for a time, I lived in an attic. I slept in an attic in the middle of winter in DeKalb, and all I had was a space heater, and I had as many blankets on me as possible. So the fact that these guys, these gentlemen are in this ski resort and they're sleeping shirtless when there's no heat whatsoever, it just bothered the hell out of me.
Snowboarder's blood runs hot.
I guess
It
so.
runs hot.
I guess so. So then we cut to Curly Sue. That it would be Robin and Pike. They're in bed, and Robin tries coming on to Pike. She's going up to her. She's being the big spoon to Pike's little spoon because she's a lesbian. And then Pike's like, stop, come on. And then Robin's like, hey, I'm not gay. I'm just horny. And I don't.
So Joe
Don't
says
Is that
think
what you
that
say to
time-
Tad, Joe?
Never once. No.
No,
No,
okay, sure.
I don't think incest is okay. I'm gonna put that on the table right there.
Yeah. Have you ever tried that pickup line, Joe? The whole I'm not gay, I'm just
I
horny.
said it a lot. Oh no, I think you meant the incest thing. I always go up to women in like a bar and say like, I think incest is kind of wrong. I don't do it.
That's just pickup line. Is a random woman. I think incest is wrong.
Like, okay, sir. Can I help you?
Can I have some pussy now?
Oh,
No.
No.
What do you mean
No.
not?
That's a follow up. I'm just asking.
no.
Oh.
I wouldn't put it
no.
like that.
It
Okay.
didn't work for Robin. It's not working for you, Joe, because Punky, aka Pike, she's like, look, you're not my type. So cut to a snowboard in the snow, just random snowboard outside in the snow. And then we see some red gloves take a screwdriver and start messing with what I believe are the bindings of that snowboard. And then we cut back to Blondie and Aladdin in bed, and Aladdin is sleeping. So Blondie, aka Kimberly, she goes in her bag and she starts changing into her sexiest red silk lingerie. Once again, it's fucking freezing in this place and there's no heat. And she sneaks off with a lantern to find Eurotrash Christoph. But where is he? She's searching around with the lantern. He's not in his bed. She goes outside to look for him in lingerie, mind you, outside.
Yeah.
And then there we see ass-grabbing cop is still creeping outside the resort.
Horny cop.
I wish that's how he would have been.
He's
Yeah,
just hoping to get another
cop.
peek.
Yeah, that was part of the audition. That's like, see, they had like a pillow, just have him grab it so they can get a shot of his hand squeezing.
Now let me see your face. Now slip a finger in. Let me see your face.
Oh.
What face do you make?
Oh gosh. Should be a fly in the wall there. So ass grabbing cop is still creeping outside the resort. I feel like it's been at least a couple hours. What the hell is he still doing there? And he takes his flashlight and he starts searching the grounds like he's the goddamn security guard of this rundown resort. And that's where he runs into Red Gloves, the faceless black skier with the red gloves. What the hell are you doing here? And he reaches for his gun, but he's not quick enough on the draw, and Red Gloves stabs him, presumably in the throat, with the same screwdriver that is screwed with that snowboard with. Dead, presumably. Damn. Then we cut to Blondie, still searching with her lantern for Kristoff for a little late night roll in the snow, as they say. But then, she's looking around, and we see Kristoff. He's kind of like hiding from her, still shirtless. What's he looking for? He's creeping around the grounds. He's being super sketchy, and he's got his own flashlight. He's searching for something. But what? What is Eurotrash up to? So he finds some door. He tries getting in, but it's padlocked. He doesn't get in. There's no avail there. And then we got Kimberly, and she's still searching around for Kristoff in the dark, searching different rooms. And then at this point, she goes in the room where Miss Curly Sue, Robin, is, and she's like, Kristoff. And she's not in there. So she leaves. And then Curly gets up, and now she gets her flashlight. And she's searching around too. I don't know what the fuck is it. Everybody's got their flashlights, their lanterns. They're searching around randomly in the middle of the night. And then she's got her red onesie pajamas on, Miss Curly Sue. And then, oh shit, somebody grabs her. And she was looking for Kristoff too. And then there's a hand over her mouth. Oh no, not Red Glove. No, it's just Mr. Abs. It's Kristoff. And she found him. Where was he? Well, he lies and says, I was searching for you. Bullshit. Bullshit. You weren't searching for shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get a really great shot here. I want to point out, fellas, of his very European bald fucking eagle tattoo
Yeah.
on his shoulder.
I was like, wait a minute here, Kristoff. What part of Europe are you from? Alaska?
So at this point, we got Kristoff. He's shirtless. We've got Robin. She is in her red onesie.
In her Ron Douglas special from Lucky Stiff.
There you go.
It is, yes. Basically,
It is, so that, and it's got, as we'll see here in a moment, it's got an ass flap.
It
Sure
does.
And it's the only time that I've looked upon this old prospector underwear with the ass flap
And
and been like, hey, not bad.
that's actually why they used to have it. It's not for pooping; it's for easy access.
Oh, is that right?
For all the men
Yeah,
deep in the
it's a little known
mine.
fact. Yeah.
I'm very disturbed because I never thought of those onesie pajamas, those prospector onesie, as Brian called them, that the ass flap was just to take a shit, so you didn't have to take it off. And I'm really upset at myself for not thinking about that.
That was really the reason why. So they don't have to take the whole thing off. They're just like, and then they can start shitting.
Easy access. Start shitting.
Dang nabbit, Cornwallis, I'm shitting here.
Who's Cornwallis?
He's my buddy in the mine. We have gay sex sometimes, but right now I'm shitting, and he wants me to go back to work.
Okay.
That's Joe's impersonation of a mine worker.
Just loud.
Think about that. It's just loud and gruff.
We have to be loud because of all the striking on the walls.
Joe, I don't know if you know this, but our audience is 100% like Philadelphia miners.
No,
They
I know.
blast us on the
I
sound
don't
systems
wanna-
down in the mine. They're gonna be real pissed off.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not making fun. It's valued work that people need to do still.
Valued. Jesus.
What do miners mine for, Joe?
I don't know, like diamonds, I guess.
You were gonna say Bitcoin. I heard that B sliding out of your fucking gullet.
Like Dogecoin,
All right.
Coin.
Shit and
Okay.
coin.
Shit in coin. How about the man with no coin?
Oh my god.
I got no coins. I got some Bitcoin. That's it. I got some Ethereum. Got some Doge.
The man with no lands either.
Hey.
So eagle tattoo and butt flap are making out. They're getting hot and heavy. Cue the sexy porno music. Cue the boobs. And like we've already mentioned, this leads to one of the most intentional funny moments when Kristoff unbuttons her butt flap, exposing her cheeks, and he also gives them a hearty squeeze, just like the cop squeezed her ass earlier.
Yeah.
Was it supposed to be sexy? Because it was vaguely sexy, but it was funny. I don't know. It was weird.
The motion of like spreading
Oh yeah.
the flap is like, I don't even
That's
like
sexy.
saying it. No,
No, I didn't know.
I don't know
You know,
about that, Joe.
It was weird. I had mixed feelings on it because again, I associate that
He was
with
got
like
layers, guys, is what we're getting at.
old timey prospector. I'm waiting for him to, but now it's like this, well photographed, well lit butt, and it's just Shredder as you're thinking about the slopes, thinking about the snow. I still ain't going in the snow, but if I ever do go in the snow, I'll be thinking of the scene of Shredder.
Thinking about all those curves on the slopes.
Sure.
Yeah. So they go down to the couch. They're getting a little bit more serious, getting hot and heavy, warming up with each other. And then Kimberly comes through because she's still creeping around with her lantern, and she sees them pre-intercourse from the doorway. But she doesn't interrupt. No, she doesn't say a goddamn word. In fact, she kind of seems into it and amused. Strange choice.
Yeah.
She's looking for Kristoff. She was looking to do the same thing. She put on her red silky lingerie, and when she catches him in the act with her friend, her best friend, she's kind of like laughs it off and presumably goes back to bed.
Yeah, she does a weird little smile and just backs away. And I couldn't stop thinking about that part of all this movie. I'm like, I want to know why, like, she was okay with it. Is it because she's close with Robin, or because she knows, okay, this guy's promiscuous? I'll let Robin have her chance. I'll get my chance tomorrow. Plus, she's also waiting on Chad Chernley,
Chad
But
Charnley.
it's Charnley.
She knows if she makes like a big thing of it, she'll lose that like hot hunk of man Cole. And she don't want to do that.
She doesn't give a shit about Cole.
Yeah.
Cole is a puppy dog, like she said.
Kristoff.
Cole does stuff for him. But Kristoff is, that's the man she would, hook up with.
I was gonna say she's smiling like Terrence Howard in Iron Man. Where she's like, next time, baby.
So we
Hot
cut
tub
to
later, baby.
we cut to daylight. It is the next morning, and there's an ominous shot of a snowman outside wearing glasses. Uh-oh. And then we cut to the kitchen. There's booze bottles everywhere, post-party from the night before. And then Kimberly Blondie asks Aladdin Cole to make her some eggs, not too runny. And then she just bounds away like a little bunny.
I want to ask a question of the group here.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you've gone over this thoroughly enough. So the resort has been closed for a while. Not everything's decrepit, but the lodge itself is has not been used.
Horrible.
Yeah.
It's messy, and they have an
In
open
disarray.
fire in a pit in the middle of the lodge. Now, okay, my question to the gang here is, if you had an opportunity to go hang out on the slopes by yourself or with just some friends and nobody else, would you be willing to stay in a busted ass lodge where you're lighting a fire in a pit?
No.
No, God, no.
I think I
Well,
would.
you're out of here, Ryan, because you wouldn't go to
You ain't
gang.
a part of the gang!
No, you're not. You're the summer gang.
Sorry,
Well,
Ryan. You
yeah.
had your day. You had your day back in the 70s, but you're gonna have to stay at home on this one. We can't have you breaking a hip on the slope.
Hey, let's not talk about who's breaking bones here, Buckley.
I would totally do it. I mean, I'm in a weird time, but I would do it if I knew that was the situation. If I was showing up, going out with this crew in this Jeep, we're going to go shred it up on this hill, going to get that fresh white powder. And I'm thinking we're staying in what will be open probably in a month or two, a nice resort. I'd be fucking pissed.
Oh, we could have gone when this thing was opened?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't wait in line with everybody else.
Yeah,
No,
who waits
I
in
think
line,
I'd
Joe?
be
All
down.
the big fat people waiting in line.
All the idiots wait in line.
Joe,
I
do you
just
think
don't
a
like
ski
lines.
resort
I
is
don't
like
like lines at
a
any
theme
kind.
park?
Essentially, yeah, it's like a theme park for like people who like standing, I guess.
Sure.
Like, I don't want to prep for like going skiing or snowboarding like I have to climb fucking Everest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
feel like that's what they had to do.
Well,
you know,
and
they're basic.
as far as we're aware, the Jeep was parked at the top of the hill, and they had to slope down to where the lodge is. I mean, I guess they do get the ski lift working, so I guess they could take it back up. But like, yeah, it's very inconvenient, the whole thing.
Yeah, this weekend sucks, especially if you're cold.
Shut up, Brian. This
It's
weekend
too
sucks.
chilly. It's too chilly. Ooh.
Well, these guys are snowboarders. They enjoy this. I mean, this is what their chosen, athleticism. This is their chosen sport. So they're okay with the inconveniences of the cold and everything. But your Coles, who I never get the vibe that he's really like this, like a skier or a snowboarder. And then, he's just having the worst time. But he's a wet blanket anyway.
Okay, what if
The
it's
frozen-
this? Kim's there because she's supposedly scouting the mountain. You got to have Kirk because he's the one that's going to ride the slope. So you got to have a professional on there. Maybe Kim's dad said, "Get Kirk, get that pothead, make him do something for once in his life." Kirk brings Skylar.
Yep.
Cole is with Kimberly, sort of. And so he just, like, she had to bring him, even though she knew she was going to bail on him.
He's got
Somebody's
the
got
car.
to cook.
He's got the car, I bet.
Yeah. He's got the car. And then Pike, maybe Pike, like, weaseled her way in because she wanted that opportunity with Cole.
Yeah, well, I get the vibe from the movie that she does know Cole, that they are kind of buddies. Plus, don't forget, she's Kimberly's cousin.
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting that. Because it doesn't
So
matter.
she doesn't like her, but they are cousins.
Because it doesn't factor into the story at all.
Yeah.
I mean, that dynamic makes sense, but they don't really. I mean, that's really looking into it and breaking it down.
Yeah.
Put that together. It's not like
That's
it's
what
not
the-
surface value at all.
That's what the tumor on my brainstem makes me do. Break it down. Break it down.
Figure it out.
Figure it out. It's like a parrot.
Yeah. Solve it. Woo. All right.
Stick in skull.
So we're in the kitchen.
Yep, we sure are.
Kimberly demanded not to run any eggs from her cook Cole / boyfriend. And this is when Pike's in there. She's like, boy, she must be the fuck of the century for you to put up with her shit. Something like that. You could tell that Pike is sick of Kimberly giving Cole shit. Cut to Kimberly bringing Christoph coffee to wake him up in the morning, wondering just where he was last night. More flirting is interrupted by Skylar, who's sticking a camera in everybody's face, and dollar store Seth Green, and they are ready to ride.
Oh, yeah.
And then Kimberly's like, whoa. Shouldn't we wait for Chad Channing? What's his name?
Yes.
Chad Charning.
Wouldn't that have been something? Little Chad Channing walks in.
Ryan knows what I'm talking about.
I'm going to play some skins. I'm going to hit the skins. While you hit the slopes, I'll hit the skins.
All right, I'll pump the brakes here for a second. Chad Channing is the original drummer of Nirvana before Dave Grohl.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So what's this guy's name? Chad Charning?
Chad Charning.
Anyway,
Chad Charning.
Chad's lost. He never showed up, and she's like, should we report him missing? But they're like, we can't report him missing because then the cops will know we're still here. We'll get arrested for trespassing because we don't own the place. So fuck Chad. He's frozen somewhere. It's time to shred fresh powder, brah. And then Skylar throws out there, we are going to shred until we're dead.
Yeah.
What's
Hell
that?
yeah,
What's that
brother.
called, Joe? What's that device called?
What? A snowboard? Are you talking about?
He wasn't
Joe.
paying attention at all.
Were
No,
you
I
even
wasn't paying
listening, Joe?
attention. They're going this. Oh! It's like a facsimile. It's like an anagram or something.
Joe, you weren't listening to a damn thing that was said. Who's Chad Channing?
I was. Well, Chad, he's like the guy who Kimberly wants to make.
No, Sean
not
just
Chad
described-
Charning.
just said who Chad Channing was. He made a Chad Channing reference, and he said who Chad Channing
well, the
was. Who
drummer,
was Chad
the drummer,
Channing?
the old drummer for Nirvana.
Nirvana. The
Varnish.
old drummer for Nirvana.
Macabre!
The
Macabre.
macabre sounds of Nirvana.
New varnish.
Holy shit.
Oh,
All right, I'm going to try this
man.
one more time, Joe. When Skylar says, we are going to shred until we're dead, what kind of device is that?
A phonetic. It's phonetics.
Damn it, Joe.
It's Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah.
I didn't like the
Best
Dark
online
Phoenix.
college
I
you
thought
can
it was
find.
bad X-Men.
You didn't watch it.
I'm a
No, I
Phoenix.
would now.
He just didn't watch it. He just didn't watch it.
Ah, God damn it. Moving on. Skylar and Kirk, the pro snowboarder, they're on the ski lift. They're getting blazed up on the goofy green before they blaze up those slopes. And at this point, because I don't have any experience, I skied like when I was a little kid once in Wisconsin, but like I never snowboarded, and I know my wife did because we had to haul around her goddamn snowboard for the last 12 years. And
Women.
I've never, and mind
Always
you,
be snowboarding.
mind you, fellas,
Ladies be boarding.
I've never seen her snowboard one time. But it always ends
I
up
get
the
it.
goddamn moving truck.
But she's gonna have it that one time she needs it.
I
Yeah,
guess.
sometime you,
Did she
Sarah,
watch
and the
Shredder?
boys are going to be stuck on the top of a mountain, and you're going to have that snowboard, and she's going to go, hey, this is it. This is the time. She's going to shred down the mountain to your safety.
So I asked her because I was like, before our time, she was an
Yeah.
ex-stoner, ex-snowboarder. I'm like, did people really get all blazed up to go snowboarding? Because it just doesn't seem safe. It doesn't
No.
seem counterproductive. And she's
Yeah.
like, deadpan's like, oh yeah, every time. That's what you do. You blaze up,
can't-
you get on the ski lift, and you went up to the top.
Man, I can't imagine.
Wow.
That's people with too much confidence for me. Like, I could never do that.
Well,
Like,
If you just get, like,
full disclosure. I've been
Yeah.
super duper high and had a hard time getting out to the mailbox in the snow. Not because it's
Yeah.
slippy, just like, oh man, it is so cold.
Well, I
And now
told
I'm
you when
starting
I
to feel
vaped.
I'm starting to feel like Ryan now. It was so cold. I had a hell of
Oh,
a time
fuck.
going out there.
Well, shit, man. When
Yeah,
I
wait.
vaped, I told you this summer I just ended up throwing up.
That's right. That's
I
right.
got too much too fast, apparently. I just wanted to get hungry and eat, have DoorDash bring some DQ chicken fingers. That's all I wanted. I ended up getting sick.
Yeah. Well,
Damn.
this new stuff is like real, like potent, full of THC. So you want to go slow with it.
Yeah, it's not like the weed you had back in the 1850s, Ryan.
Yeah, the ditch.
No.
Is what he's trying to get at.
Well,
Hilarious.
sometimes you didn't know what you were getting. You were getting weed or you were getting chunks of gold. Anytime you dug around, you didn't know what you were getting.
Joe promised me one thing. Okay, this winter when there's the inevitable blizzard, because there will be one. All right, there in Grand Ridge. Will you please, if you're high, don't go outside, because I don't know if you're gonna come back.
Yeah, definitely don't
Okay.
drive.
Yeah, promise me.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I won't. I am stocking up on ammunition. I'm stocking up on beans. I'm gonna be set for this winter.
You can
Well, the
start
ice
shooting
queen's not
beans.
coming for you.
No, a snowstorm isn't the end of the world, Joe. You don't need to have a it's not an apocalyptic event.
No, I think this is the end. This is the end.
Hold on a second. Joe has
humanity's
his-
pretty much done.
Joe has his void card. Joe, are you actually stocking up on ammunition right now?
I mean, if I see it,
How the
If you
fuck
see
did Joe
it.
get his void card?
I'm allowed.
America,
I'm
baby.
completely allowed.
We have
Yeah.
discussed this before. That is your void card still active?
Yeah, it's
because
good
of
for
your
10 years.
trips.
I don't have to renew that baby for 10 years.
No, I'm not worried about an expiration date there, Buck. I'm talking about you going to the weed store all the time. They do track that. You are not supposed to have so many. We've talked about this on the show.
Okay.
Nick was here
okay,
for this.
Okay.
It's just
all
winter.
I
It's
have to
not.
say-
The zombies aren't coming for you. You're gonna be
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. All I have to say to any government officials who are listening to this is,
Get ready to
go
beep
fuck
it.
yourself.
Wow.
No, that's all.
What a powerful stance from Mr. Joseph
Jesus,
Robert Buckley.
Yeah.
I just
I mean,
pet
go
my
fuck
chin on the
yourself.
edge.
With the 2-rod salute as well. Okay.
Wow.
So
in his little
we got-
blankie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't get the
Basement
triple
of Grand
rod.
Ridge. Watch out, world. Joe Buckley's coming for you. Tough guy.
So we got Skylar, cameraman, and professional snowboarder Kirk getting high on the ski lift, and they're like, "Man, if Chad really is dead, then you're gonna be like the #1 snowboarder. We should have killed Chad a long time ago." Whoa! Or is that just the weed talking? Then we got a shot of a sign along the ski lift, and it says, "Jumping from chair may result in injury or death." And that's when Kirk's like, "Bucket!" And he's feeling the green, and he jumps off the ski lift because he's extreme, bro.
And when,
And
he,
the
when,
guy-
when he jumped off, he screamed, "For Sonny Bono!"
I got you, babe.
I'm sorry. That was
See,
bad.
Joe, Sonny Bono was a musician. He was part of Sonny and Cher. Later, he became a politician. He died by hitting a tree while skiing in real life.
No, Ryan,
Yep.
he knows who
Okay,
Sonny Bono
okay.
is because he fucked with the copyright law.
I thought it was
Oh.
like a whole Sunny D promotion. I thought the man
Oh,
was just
shut
like
up.
maybe a big cup of OJ or something. I didn't know.
He's a sentient cup of OJ.
Simpson, White Bronco,
Uh-huh.
White Snow.
Killed his
Simpsons,
wife,
there's only
stabbed his
16 to
wife
that
40
series.
times.
That fat white. Gotta
If the
grind it.
glove fits, you must have quit.
That's right.
Hey,
That white
Jeez.
Tad's butt.
no!
Wow. So we get more sweet footage of Kirk doing his thing, shredding down the mountain on that fresh powder while more generic pop punk music plays. The lyrics are something like, somebody kill me. As I said, all the songs fit the theme. They're
It's
all
great.
foreshadowing. And honestly, like we mentioned before, all the snowboarding stuff looks pretty pro. Like it looks
Yeah.
really good. It
Yeah.
looks legit. But then, oh shit, there's Red Gloves. He's hanging out creepily behind a tree on the slope and he's watching. And then we cut to the rest of the gang. This is where Pike calls out Kimberly because she's still a skier. We get some skier shaming from the snowboarders.
Boo.
And yeah, and Kimberly's like,
We don't go with 2 poles, we go with 1.
what?
What?
We don't go with 2 poles. We go with 1.
I meant board. I'm sorry, I meant board.
board.
Yeah.
I'm just
Gotcha.
glad Joe didn't scream where we go one, we go all.
Oh.
Kimberly said she's not a snowboarder because snowboarding has totally ruined the quote unquote fashion of skiing, aka she doesn't feel like wearing baggy pants. She would rather wear some skin tight leggings showing off her tight ass. This is where Eurotrash offers to give her some snowboarding lessons. And of course she says yes. And meanwhile, Cole is just oh, what? I snowboard too. I can give you snowboard lessons. And then he offers his services, but it's too late because Kimberly says, Christoph has technique that you can't compete with. Even though I don't think we've legit seen this guy on a snowboard yet, so we have no fucking idea. Aladdin,
he did, he
dump
wiped
her
out.
ass. Dump her ass. Look, I know we've talked about really bad abusive relationships on the show before, like The Convent. That was a terrible one. This is one of the worst relationship dynamics because she just treats him like shit the entire time and he just takes it.
He
Oh, yeah,
ain't even
she's
getting
right up-
none.
She's right up there with Leif Garrett in cheerleader camp.
Yeah.
Within seconds he got to the camp and he was flirting with other women in front of his girlfriend. Kimberly is right. I mean, different decades, they would fit perfectly together.
Yeah. She does not. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Kimberly does not, during this movie, show Cole one fraction of affection.
No.
No.
I mean, and we'll get to it in my final section, but even her final words of her life are disrespectful to Cole. I mean, I will say that she's
that was
all in
fun.
on shitting on Cole. She is all
Yeah.
in on it.
I mean, do you
She's dedicated to it.
Is there some element of satire here? Not necessarily of snowboarding films or extreme movies, but like that seems so specific to just you got the boyfriend, girlfriend, haven't had sex yet. She's all over every other guy but him, and even at the end, like, do you think that it was all
Probably a little
intentional?
It feels a little another teen movie.
Yeah. And you know what? The vibe I got throughout this whole movie is because there are little flourishes of that sort of stuff where I feel like maybe the original script, maybe this was rewritten, but the original script was sort of going harder on that sort of tongue-in-cheek, not another teen movie kind of thing. But then it was maybe rewritten by the director, and so only these tiny little bits stay in, because later on there's a part where Skylar says, "You can't kill me, I'm a virgin," to the killer. This sort of weird post-scream self-awareness thing. Like,
And then with all the fake Sum 41 music
yeah.
describing what's happening on screen.
Ryan, that's
I
very
feel-
interesting you mentioned that because there are 2 writers credited. Greg Huson is the director, but lead credit is to Craig Donald Carlson.
Okay.
Oh, who wrote? Or no. Oh, he's only written this movie, but he worked on Pinocchio's Revenge, which I would recommend.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
We need to start a hashtag movement. Release the Carlson cut.
We watch Pinocchio's Revenge. We need to do a Pinocchio's Revenge Rumpelstiltskin double feature.
Yes.
Mm.
Be awesome. I always feel like I felt like Shredder's like 3 notes away from Euro Trip.
Yeah.
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 Like if you took out all the killing and the gore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's similar DNA there.
Let's hear that European accent again, Joe.
It's the me, European man.
That was like kind of Jamaican there at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
European man.
He turned into the ganja ghost from Ouija's for a second.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Remember the Ganja Ghost, Joe?
I do. I remember him. I
What
remember
movie
him
was that?
fondly. From Ouija's.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember and watch the movies. I remember.
So we cut to we have Kirk, our stoned pro snowboarder. He has made it to the bottom of the mountain shredding, and then he finds some weird viaduct or something at the bottom of the mountain.
It's like an abandoned mine shaft.
Yeah, it's and as Tyler pointed out, there's not much snow anywhere. There's a couple stray patches.
It
very
honestly
dry.
looks like it's
a
either
different climate.
it was what was there when it snowed and has since melted, but it kind of looks like maybe they like got a couple wheelbarrows and just like dumped it like down that little hill.
Yeah, it's strange, especially since there's so much snow on the slopes. And
Sorry,
so
one more deviation here.
Yeah.
I'm being an asshole, Sean. I'm sorry.
No.
Something vividly shot an image into my brain called like a Disney Channel style movie called Bayou Border. It's about a snowboarder, like a Johnny Tsunami, but it's like a snowboarder who ends up in the bayou. And they have to ride the bayou in the swamp, and they end up winning something by riding a gator. I don't know. I'm just
making
this
this shit up?
ideas.
Is that real or is
okay.
that you making that up?
No. I'm just thinking of that. Like this is good.
Oh,
yeah, that is
Next
not
movie.
real.
Let's
We
sell
can
this to
guarantee
MGM.
Film this next summer.
Yeah.
I was 100% buying it.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds very plausible.
like some weird variant of Airborne where they have to like race through the swamp.
Joe's character's called Snapping Turtle.
But it's just
Yeah,
him.
you better
Kinda looks
get
like a
next to
snapping
me,
turtle
'cause I
right now.
snap at ya.
He's just a guy at the bar that everyone calls Snapping Turtle.
Yeah.
Because he'll bite
And
your fingers.
total-
That's
I
just
mean,
Snapping Turtle.
You put any food within a 2-foot radius of me snapping.
Oh, and then they have to like try out like the new like weird like local food, and it's like tarantulas like on a stick.
Tarantulas.
Or any kind
Tarantulas.
of Cajun food, which would be famous for, the bayou in Louisiana.
Yeah.
And speaking of all
Wait,
this,
no, they like eating spiders. They love spiders.
speaking of all of this,
Yeah.
Tyler just opened up a new portal in my old brain where there was either a Nintendo or Super Nintendo game. And it was like a Crocodile Dundee knockoff, and it was called
Bayou
called
Billy.
Bayou. Was it called Bayou Billy? The Adventures of Bayou Billy.
Yeah, that's it.
Holy shit!
Look
I
at
haven't
that.
thought that in a
Grandpa
long
knows
time. Anyway.
Grandpa knows a video game.
Welcome
just-
to remembering the podcast.
And I remember there was this game. This little guy, he would eat these little things, and ghosts would go after him. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
The Adventures of Bayou Billy.
Yeah, I think I had it. I think I actually had that game.
I had beat 'em and eat 'em for the Atari. That was a good one.
You mean lunch and what you did after lunch?
Yeah, beat him and eat him.
No,
Sounds like a normal
no.
Thursday to you, buddy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he's got to eat it to
Not
get
in
rid of
that
the
order.
evidence.
Not in that order.
Poor Sean
So
is
he-
just thinking about having to bathe his kids at 11 p.m.
No kidding.
Oh, because
All right,
you're an hour
all
ahead.
right,
Oh,
son,
shit.
wake
Yeah.
up.
Oh, I'm off duty tonight. We're good, boys.
Oh, good.
Fine. I'm clocked out.
I don't have any kids right now.
Sarah doesn't know that, but in my head, I'm clocked out. Yeah.
Just taking a little break.
Unlike our pro snowboarder Kirk, who is not locked out of this weird mine shaft that he stumbled upon at the bottom of the mountain, and he looks in there, and his stone mind's like, "Whoa!" But before he could find out what's in there, oh no, here's Red Gloves, and this time he's got an axe, and he takes a swing at our stoner, but he blocks it and hits the snowboard instead. And Kirk, his reaction time is a little slow.
my ankle, dude.
Yeah, he's like, that's right. He doesn't make it. He's like, oh no, my board is trashed. While he's distracted looking at his board, Red Gloves impales him with a big old icicle.
Yeah.
And he says, dude, karma, bad. And he falls in the snow face down.
Classic.
And as he falls to the
Killing
ground,
bad.
and As he falls to the ground, the icicle protrudes from his back, and it's all bloody, and it looks pretty cool. And meanwhile, Red Gloves, our mass killer, is going all Paul Bunyan on Seth's snowboard and just relentlessly chopping it with his axe, just like he's cutting up a body, gonna feed it to a shark. It's and it goes on for a long time.
It is a while. It's a good shot.
Yeah, and then we cut to more shredding.
Hell yeah. This particular brand of shredding is a little different. Pike is like sitting on her butt, scooting down the hill. She's attached. She's locked into her snowboard here. And she sees Cole laying down. She's Cole. And they is this my part? There's like 30 seconds here.
Yeah, I accidentally gave you the timestamps a minute off. So, but you're right. You're in the right spot.
But yeah, so yeah, they Cole's on the ground and she's like, "Oh my god, he's dead or something." She like goes over to him and like very quietly listens for his heartbeat, and he grabs her and like throws her over him. It's a prank. They're all laughing. She's not.
Oh, she's laughing like a maniac.
Oh, she's having a great time. Oh my god! I thought you were gonna give me mouth to mouth. She said you shouldn't have said anything or whatever. They flirt. They're gonna, I don't know, they're going to do something. His board. Oh, this is when he reveals to her that his board is all goofed up. One of the things popped off. So he lost control, and they decide to share a board to get back to the lodge, which isn't something I thought was possible.
It looks really difficult.
It does.
They immediately fall.
Yeah. So they're like, "Oh, we'll just share a board," and they start trying to figure that out, that configuration. Then we cut back to the ski lift, and we see a sign that says "Check for loose clothing." We go back
foreshadowing.
I know. Then we see that Robin is kicked back on the ski lift, just hanging out, just waiting to get to the top of the mountain, when another skier comes up. And it's the man dressed all in black. It's the red gloves guy, the titular shredder. And she says, "Oh, hi, I didn't see you. I didn't know anybody else was up here."
Hold on a second.
What?
Super smooth criminal. This thing's moving. She's on it. Yeah. It's just moving. He just slides up and sits right down. I was impressed. I couldn't believe
it's some pretty slick shit this guy's doing. So he slides in real cool. And
they hired that guy for that shot alone.
Yeah, this is like when you get like 5 or 6 dogs for a movie.
Yeah,
we're like, okay, this dog's good at like interacting with kids. This dog's good at sitting. This shredder is good at axe work. Skier. Yep, this guy can slide into there. He can't get down the mountain, but he can get into the seat real good. So we got him for today. Then our ski guy is coming in later.
Yeah. This guy knows how to sit. This guy knows how to sit well.
This guy knows how to stay.
This guy knows how to repeat the joke that just happened.
Thank God there are trees in this world to replenish the oxygen that you fucking steal from my breath, from my lungs every day, Buckley.
So anyway,
I'm entitled to this air.
You are not entitled to oxygen, sir.
The air moves.
Suck it down.
The air moves so slow around Ryan that he actually gets a Sharpie out and he starts writing his name all over the O2 molecules.
I am. Mine, RMZ, RZ,
you can see him all getting sucked towards Grand Ridge, Illinois.
Yeah. That's good. That's good H2O.
I need it for my plant. I've got a nice plant in my room now. I need it.
Yeah.
H2O, Joe. Never mind.
Okay. So anyway, this guy sits down real cool. And Robin says, "Oh, hi. Didn't see you. I didn't know anyone else was up here. Hello, hot babe talking to you," and like doesn't give this guy a fucking second to say anything. Like if I was like, he's got a big old coat on. He's got snow pants on, red gloves. He's got a ski mask and then goggles over that. Like he's got to move some of this shit off of his face before they can have a conversation.
It's the last reel of film they had. They had to get those lines out.
No kidding. Come on. He's
actually,
not answering.
Speaking of, this got a Blu-ray release.
Like, does it have a Blu-ray release?
Yeah, it has a Blu-ray.
This does, and Lucky Stiff doesn't.
Yeah, like this looks good. Like this looks pretty damn good for being like a forgotten film. But let me find that Blu-ray release. Sorry,
Yeah, who put it out? I'm interested. Who put it? I mean, because I know a lot of people, MGM, a lot of labels get a lot of stuff from MGM.
I don't know if this
MGM
is,
makes you make deals.
I don't know if this is the origin, but I've seen this like remix cover, Ronin Flicks.
Oh, Ronin Flicks put it out. Yo,
Yeah,
absolutely,
I've heard
Ronin
of
Flicks.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah, because they have like a a very colorful
they just put out a great edition of the movie Haunt.
Yeah, so they put out
Enamel
a
pins and
Blu-ray
everything.
back
Okay,
in.
yeah, Ronin Flicks is cool.
Well, there you go, folks.
I can't find a date on this, but
Hara.
Yeah.
Paratrain, The Sect, Wolfman. There it is.
because it has commentary with the
Shredder.
director, and I wanted to listen to it, but I couldn't get my hands on it.
That's a cool cover.
Yeah,
I bet the slipcover's
Holy
going for
shit.
$100.
$25.99 right now.
Ooh, that's not bad.
get it, Ryan.
It's on sale. Normally it's $35.
Would you
What
add
is it? What
Shredder
is-
to your collection, Ryan? I know you're very
Oh,
particular.
I probably would if it depends. You know, if
Ooh, it
me
comes
look
with a mini poster, 9x11 of the
Does it?
cover art.
I might look into it. I might have to,
Fuck,
after
dude,
the
I might
holidays.
buy
let me
this. I didn't even like
replenish.
this movie that much, but I like
The Vinegar
this.
Syndrome Black
Cover.
Friday sale took a bite, but I got to replenish my shit, and then yeah,
Ooh.
That's high praise. That's high praise coming from Ziegler.
I'm just looking at this now. Okay, I'm gonna save this for later.
I would because it's a
Okay.
fun movie, and if it has special features and like a nice slip, yeah.
Oh, hello, babe, talking to you. That's right. He's not answering her. She said, "Are you deaf or just rude?" Then he looks down at her snowboard and points to another sign that says "Skier's Code: Always ski in control." And he starts like pushing her, like he's trying to push her off the lift, but she ends up pushing him off the lift.
Which was a bit shocking.
And weird. Like I also wasn't sure exactly what was going on. I felt like I was missing a beat here. But she pushes him off the thing and says, "I don't ski, I shred."
Well, because he keeps pointing up at the rules. Like it
At
has
the
like
thi- yeah.
the dozen
very,
rules.
very aggressively.
Yeah, he's like, look.
Yeah.
No chewing gum on the lift. No taking your dick out on the lift. No littering on the lift.
Well, that you say that, some pamphlets fall out when he falls.
Yeah. He's littering. So we cut to VHS footage. But Skylar is filming, and he's filming a young lady skiing in a blue, like a powder blue snowsuit. And she like comes up to him, and we see that it's the girl that he saw at the bar the previous night.
I legitimately thought this was like a young Charlize Theron. Because
She
I'm like,
looked familiar.
Yeah, you look very familiar.
Yeah.
That or Saved by
Christine
the
Taylor?
Bell. Saved by the Bell.
Elizabeth Berkley.
Elizabeth
Showgirls.
Berkley?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I'll take some
I
Berk.
can see it. Yeah, I can see it. Where the hell am I? I just keep losing myself. Here we are. Oh,
You're on
she
the
says,
slopes.
"You're one of those snowboarders," and he corrects her, "Just boarder or shredder. Shredder's good." Like, dude, you've snowboard. It's fine. Like, you don't have to have a cool name, dude. Your name's already Skylar. Regardless of what they call him, she seems to be into him. She's kind of digging his weird dork vibe he's throwing off, I guess. She thanks him for fixing the lift because I guess she lives around here and it's been off for a while. Then they like kind of topple on top of each other. Before Skylar offers to teach Shelly how to board. But it turns out she's already tried it and it wasn't for her. Back on the lift, Robin is reaching up, the top or bottom, one of the ends. I wasn't sure which. When her loose fitting scarf gets snagged around the seat thing, as she is like unloading, and there's no one else to see this happen. The lift stops. There's like a crane or like an arm that'll like you'll catch on it so you won't go. Something. So the whole thing stops, and she's just like on the ground, like with the scarf up, like she's being hung almost. She's help, but there's nobody around. Then at the other end, Shelly and Skylar have arrived to take the lift down. So, but it's not moving. So they go. Shelly goes to hit the button, and she calls down and says, "Top or bottom? Is everybody clear?" And there's nobody there. So she's, of course. And she sets the phone down and starts hitting the button. And then the thing goes. The lift starts chugging along, and Robin gets hung up by her fucking neck.
Have you guys, anybody ever been on a ski lift?
No.
Terrifying.
No, I do not.
Terrifying. No, I was a little kid, man, but that thing does not stop.
No.
It's violent. It's quick. It's metal, and it is relentless.
Have you guys all seen that viral video of the ski lift that's moving like 50 miles an hour and just
Oh, yeah,
hurling
yes.
people?
Oh no.
Oh,
Just
no,
throwing
I love it.
them.
I'll find it.
All over the
Yes.
mountain.
Ski lift.
It's insane.
Oh shit! Terrifying ski lift malfunction caught on camera.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's
Another
insane.
reason I stay out of the snow.
Oh, shut
Out of
up.
control ski lift. Out of control
Oh,
ski
yes,
lift.
The
that's
machines
right.
might try to kill
Holy
us.
shit! Oh my god! This is like terrifying and hilarious at the same time. Oh my god! They're flinging out of there. Oh my god!
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially when it starts to pile up all of the carriages and they're just
Yeah.
getting crushed into it.
Holy
Then
shit!
people are trying to warn them, but they can't do anything about it.
Yeah. Oh,
Get
God.
off the lift! Don't go on the lift! There's sharks on the lift! Stay off of the lift!
Shut the fuck up, Joe.
Don't go on to the lift, Carolyn. Don't go on to the lift.
Hey, that's also from Poltergeist, Joe.
I understand. I've seen the movie. I know that.
Yes, I've seen the movie.
There was chicken that crawled on the counter. I remember that.
Shelly and Skylar sit on the lift and head up the mountain or down the mountain, whichever one. Aladdin and Pike finally figure out how two people can get onto one snowboard, and they kind of take off and they immediately fall. And that's that scene. Then we go back to the ski lift where Skylar and Shelly are sitting on the lift. And she says, "So how come you chose our little mountain to do your movie?" Skylar explains that his friend is buying the place, and Kurt, their pro border friend, was going to check it out. So Skylar came along to film all his sick stunts. Shelly says, "Daddy doesn't like snowboarders. They're all irresponsible." But he's a filmmaker. First, boarding is his hobby. So he shouldn't be labeled as a snowboarder, apparently.
No, because he's a
He's a
shredder.
powder. He's a real powder hound.
He's a powder puff. Yeah.
Powder hound.
Powder hound.
I like that, Joe.
How does
I'll
a
give it
powder
to
hound sound when it's sniffing for that powder, Joe?
Yeah. Ooh, oh. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
you. So it just sounds like Joe with a few noises in it. I mean,
Yeah.
I've heard that.
Yeah, it's like Joe rooting around for truffles.
The truffles that are
I like
growing under his
chocolates.
bed.
I like chocolates. No,
Like chocolate, not those kind of truffles, Joe.
my room is very clean.
A remake
no,
of
it's
Pig
not.
with Nicolas Cage, but Joe's the pig.
Have you guys
same
seen
movie.
Pig? Have you seen Pig?
No,
Yes.
I haven't watched it.
No.
Yes.
I haven't seen it yet, but I really
I've
want
heard
to. I
good
know it's
I
on
thoroughly
Hulu.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
What's it about? Melissa McCarthy?
Get it?
Topical.
Not
Is it?
topical.
How is
Melissa
it
McCarthy
topical?
hasn't been topical in a long time.
Yeah.
She's still around.
And
know
then
she's
at
a
least-
living.
A lot
least
of
Joe
people are
didn't say
still around,
Oprah.
Joe.
At least Joe didn't say Oprah, because that would have
That's
thrown
true.
Ryan over the edge.
Oh, I know,
No,
because and it'll be about 10 years. Joe will be referencing that girl on what is that sad show that everyone talks about on ABC or NBC or
That's
There's a-
sad show.
yeah, it's
What?
the guy
My
died or
600
something.
pound life.
It's a family show that everybody talked
Oh,
about
okay.
was talking about on social media, and it had Milo Ventimiglia in it, and
Oh.
you know what I mean. I can't think of the name of it, but it's a huge show.
Yeah, Joe's going to be
This
talking
Is
about
Us?
this thing we don't even know.
This Is Us, yes.
This
Isn't that
is
it? This
Joe.
Us?
With Mandy Moore.
This is Joe.
Is Mandy Moore
Oh,
in
Mandy
that
Moore's
too?
on the show?
Yes.
And Sterling K. Brown, right? Is that show?
Yes, Sterling Brown, yes. And there's an actress on the show. So in 10 years, Joe will reference her because it'll be way out of
a big lady on the show. All right.
there.
Is she a large
Noted.
person? Is she a great big fat person?
Joe,
I'm
get
just-
it? It's like
no,
the
that's
movie.
from Silence of the Lambs. Yeah.
Shut up. All right. So
Sounds
Daddy
like
doesn't like
Ham with Don
snowboarders.
DeLuise.
Yeah.
The real movie.
He's a filmmaker. He's not a snowboarder. As he explains that they are staying at the old lodge, she unzips her coat a bit as if she's hot.
Yeah.
He gets flustered. And then she says that she used to work at the lodge before her mom died. Then she notices him looking down her coat, so she like kind of flashes him her boobs a little bit, and they giggle.
Oh boy, I didn't know I was going to see boobies on the
Oh, thanks for showing me your boobs on the lift, miss. I really appreciate it. She says, I like the cold when it gets hot, like going from the hot tub to the snow. Okay, sure. She then takes his hand, takes off his glove, and puts it in her coat to touch her ice cold boob as they start making out on the ski lift.
Like little icicles.
Which I can't imagine is practical or
Now,
safe.
Can we dive into the meat of this movie? Spoiler alert. She's one of the murderers. She's one of
my
the
lord,
murderers.
Tyler.
I red herring.
Evil skier.
Now I know that in some horror movies or just even dramas or whatever, thrillers with killers, they sometimes like to get
with killers.
they like to get intimate with their prey.
Yeah.
Is this that, or
I think so.
I don't know.
I couldn't quite understand like the relationship here because spoiler alert, the other killer is her daddy, and so like is it like she's forced to keep up the family business of killing snowboarders when she really, in her heart loves them?
I mean, I don't know about that. I think it's more I think she's more of a luring in.
Everybody knows it's rude to kill a guy without getting him horny first.
The problem is, yes, it's this idea of stay away from my daughter. That's what the guy says. And so it's the at that point where it's the rebellious nature of her. I mean, I'm going to hit on the snowboarders. But we get when we get to the spoiler at the end where we find out she's the killer, we don't get this big monologue. We don't get this Stu and Billy monologue from Scream thing. She says like 2 lines before she's dead. So we don't really get. Yeah, we don't get a lot of her. It's like a light.
Ain't that kind of movie, guys?
Yeah, the crazy version of her is just for like 2 seconds, and then it's over.
Yeah,
it's hard to say. The psychology of it falls short.
I know it's simply just because there's a beautiful woman on the mountain. I can't remember what I assumed the first time, but I would guess it's something along the lines of, oh, she's gonna. We have the weird Kristoff. We've got her. Like, one of them is lying, so the other one will, like, maybe help them survive. I mean, none of that ended up being true, but...
No.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's get the director on the show. Answer the question.
Come on. Explain yourself. They're making on the ski lift, but they're now they quickly reach the top, and he says, he looks at the sign that says, keep your tip. The sign says, keep tips up. Prepare to unload. He says, oh yeah, keep your tips up, prepare to unload. And they get off the lift. Everybody laughs.
The British end up.
Yep. Giving the British end ups.
It says here in the rule book that you have to keep your tits in my mouth.
God, I think that may be the worst joke you ever made, Joe. You might have hit it. It's definitely the worst for 2021. Bravo.
Right at the end,
Thank you.
Coming in at
really
the very
got
end.
it under the wire.
Finish.
The real book says you got to keep your tits in my mouth. I mean, there's not even any comedy in that. It's just.
I believe there was.
You're talking about tits. I mean, come on. It's the worst joke you've ever fucking made. You did it.
I'm sorry, people. I haven't slept in 24 hours.
Whose fucking fault is that?
Don't explain it, Joe. It's the badum. Okay, you set up Ryan, and Ryan knocked it out of the park. You're a double act. Ryan's not going to like that, but you are a double act.
Yeah, I appreciate
we
it,
kiss
Joe.
on stage sometimes.
Huh?
Sometimes.
We kiss on stage sometimes.
Okay, let's let Trevor keep going so we can get to the actual best joke of the movie.
I was going to say, yeah, we're coming up. So then we see, we just get a shot of Robin's body hanging from the ski lift. Then we see Skylar and Shelly, who we just left for about 30 seconds, are now riding down the hill when they run into Bud, the guy from the bar last night, who's Shelly's dad. What?
He's Libyan from the book.
He is pissed. Tells her to go home right now. Then he warns Skylar that they need to get off the mountain. Skylar says his friend's buying the place, but Bud says nobody's bought nothing. So now we're getting
Michael
some.
Manson.
Yeah. Hey, listen here, partner. Nobody bought nothing.
Have you tried Chantrix?
Yeah.
Dump me off the smoke.
I've been looking for Jebediah today. Whatever his fucking name is.
You want to take this flapjack sauce, put it all over your boobies, like it says in the rule book. Now put the boobies in my mouth.
Never go down.
It's a callback,
Never
yeah.
ski without some flapjacks in your back pocket.
Okay, I understand.
During this whole thing, this whole interaction, Skylar spots Kristoff wearing snow gear and sneaking around somewhere nearby. Cole and Pike, we go back to them. They are sitting down underneath the ski lift, having lunch, trying to reach Kimberly on the walkie-talkies. And as they're doing this, Robin's lifeless body just slides past them. They don't know. It's nothing is, no attention is brought to it. It's just nothing in the background.
Nope.
It's a dummy, and the snowboard kit gets caught in some snow, so it kind of like the head keeps going while the
Flings
feet
it up
get
a bit.
stuck. It's wonderful. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Hysterical.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
one of the funniest things that has ever been in any of these movies.
Yeah, I mean it's straight. And again, we've kind of used this as a yardstick before, but it's Nordberg. It's a Nordberg from Naked Gun type of like sight gag in the back, and you're like, wait a minute, what's going on? And it's hilarious.
It's got to be something where they figured it out on set, where it was like,
Yes.
that was not the intent. They were just going to get another shot, but they realized how clumsy it looked. So like, we'll put the actors in front of it, and we'll cook something up, and it's beautiful. Oh my
Yeah.
god. I'm so glad this exists in Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got all
4K
four.
coming soon.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
4Ks of this bit. Then we get another shot of her flying around. Oh no, I'm sorry. Wait. No. Let me go back a little bit.
Now, if only the ski lift had like gone like 100 miles an hour and just flung her body.
Oh
like,
my god.
Oh,
Up in
That's
the
all we'd be
Alps.
talking about now. Yeah, so they're trying to reach Kimberly on the walkie-talkies while this hilarious bit happens behind them. They do, and she tells them that she's alone and on the ground in the snow. And it's freezing, and we cut back to her, and it is actually snowing wherever she is, but it's not snowing wherever they are. Luckily, Kristoff arrives to help Kimberly make it back
He'll
safe.
warm her up a little bit.
Yeah, I bet he will. Then we get another shot of Robin just flying around on the ski lift.
best
Then-
use of a corpse. Can that be an award someday on here? Best use of a corpse.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because we get another great use of a corpse coming up later at the end of this movie too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
Cole, Pike, and Skylar reunite at the lodge, and he tells them all about Shelly, his mysterious lady he met. He says they hung out, but it got broken up by their dad. As he's explaining this, he stops and says, "That's a totally whack snowman." And they go to investigate the weird snowman with the sheriff or with the glasses on that I think Sean pointed out earlier.
Yep.
They go to investigate, and they find they see a hand sticking out that they say looks really fake, and they like knock over the snowman, and it's the sheriff dead inside of it with the thing stuck in his head still, and now he's frozen. He's been there all night.
I think he looks great. Like,
Yeah, it looked cool.
Mhm.
I mean, it's clearly the
Yeah.
actual actor being very still, but like the makeup
Yeah.
and everything, I think it looks really
Yeah.
damn
It
good.
was it worked.
Yeah.
Put a little bit of blue gunk on him.
Yeah.
Blue gunk.
No, I just actually left him
It's
out
an,
on that.
it's an industry term. Yeah, blue
Oh,
gunk.
sure. Nick wouldn't
Yeah,
be
but which
here to tell
industry?
us.
That's the question.
Yeah.
Porn.
Sure.
So timidly. Porn.
Porn.
Porno.
Hey, man,
I saw
exactly.
porno one time, and then my mom punished me.
Porno boobies.
She did not.
I seen the
Anyway.
vagina.
But I see one of them vaginas.
I saw him go like this. I saw two of them go like
I
this.
bet you did in a film at some point.
Yeah.
Well, let's Liz.
They decide to go search. They decide to go do a search and rescue. And Cole starts with the walkie-talkies again. He's convinced that it's Kristoff killing everybody.
Now, okay, this, and I wanted to mention because Cole is the one eating the sandwich. I white bread Cole. This is such a white bread Cole thing. He is so focused on, like, it can't be Kimberly. It can't be Kimberly that wants to have sex with every other man. It's this Kristoff. This Kristoff is getting in the midst of everything that is mine. He's such a white bread bitch.
First it was Chad, now it's Kristoff. They're getting all the ladies, leaving us with none to choose from.
And think about that. Cole doesn't even know about the chat thing. And we, the audience, do, but gratefully he never finds out that extra bit of deception.
Yeah. Jesus. Pike is like, it's not him. You're just threatened by him because you have a bitch for a girlfriend. They all storm off and go in different directions, and that's the end of my bit.
Okay. It's my turn. Cut to the potential murder cam as we see the POV of someone approaching Kimberly from behind as she undresses to get into the hot tub. It's Kristoff. He pulls up with champagne and 2 glasses. He says, and I'm going to try to do Joe's European accent. Such exquisite beauty. I have not seen since Florence on Raphael's Venus. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing.
No, you're good.
I had to listen to that like 8 times. Like, I knew every word he was saying, but like I could not fucking understand anything. Such exquisite beauty I have not seen since Florence on Raphael's Venus. Kim and Kristoff, they have some playful banter before she calls him out for being full of shit. Like, she's being really sexy, but she's also like, I know you're full of shit. You're lying. He tries to play it off, but like she's like circling around him, and she like with her posture, she's like, intimidating him, and he falls back into the hot tub. And like, I got to be honest, there's some flourishes of great acting between the two of these two people in this scene. I loved it. He stumbles into the hot tub, like he can't keep up what he's doing. He insists he's just some handsome foreign hunk. He has no knowledge of this area, but then Kim goes in. And she uses weapons of mass destruction on him. She bites his neck and takes her top off and reaches in the back and pulls out that wallet. Boom!
Hey!
Psych! This is no Kristoff. It's Chris Ramos, and he is from Fresno, California. He's a surfer dude.
Yeah, look at him.
The whole time.
Oh my God.
Like, they couldn't get somebody who at least kind of could, like, this is the most American man I've ever seen in my life. This looks like Steve Rogers.
I don't know about that. You need to add an extra 300 pounds on it if he wants to look like a real American.
All right, Joe.
He does have those almond eyes. Those almond eyes.
That's true.
Yeah,
honestly,
I could buy him as European.
Yeah, the European,
I could.
absolutely. Yeah,
honestly, I think about it's the tattoos.
Think about the terrorist in Die Hard.
Yeah,
I agree with Trevor. The tattoos.
It's the tattoos that ruin Get rid of the tattoos, and I'm right with you.
And the wolf tattoo. Give it away.
No European man has those.
They give away.
I grew up loving America, so I got these American tattoos.
I got these American tattoos.
In my country, we have a wolf.
I got these American tattoos when I went to Fresno.
All these 4 days.
You seen me tattoos, mate?
Never come to America. Blimey, bloke. 10 pence.
10 pence.
Okay, so she gets the wallet. Chris starts to spill the beans. This is his friend's parents' place, used to be, and they used to come up to the mountains every year. Kim keeps sexually playing with his deceit, but he's kind of focused on telling the truth now. Like, he wants to get it out while he's got her attention, but she's just moved beyond it, like a fucking lightning bolt. So she takes her bottom off. He sees some muff and minge, and he joins her in the hot tub.
Takes her bottom off.
Meanwhile, up on the mountain, oh my God, I didn't even finish Skylar and Pike snowboard down. They're looking for their missing friends. We get a wide master shot of the ski lift. Robin's still hanging, just getting dragged around by that scarf. And then cut to the juiciest pair of buns I have ever seen. We get a shot of Chris's ass as he enters the hot tub. Some male nudity. Chris divulges to Kimberly that he is a killer. And how does she respond to that? By drinking her champagne like a filthy rich heiress. Just a little pinky up and Chris blurts out he is a killer with no explanation. He says the story they've heard is bullshit and he thinks his own friends were murdered. And that's kind of why he's hanging around. So how does Kim respond to that? By going in for a lip-biting kiss. We are back to Skylar and Pike. They are now sliding down that rocky hill above the entrance to the lair of Shredder Man. As Skylar goes, ooh, as a rock hits him in his puckering butt. That is true. I don't know anything about the puckering butt, but he does, as he's sliding down, he goes, ooh. It's very awkward. Back to Kim and Chris. This is a staple. This is a fucking staple of, like, these movies. Is those moments where you just keep cutting back and forth after like 15 seconds of mostly
it's in every movie we've ever done.
Yeah. We could have just sat with Kim and Chris in the hot tub, finished their scene, and then gone to those two where they're at.
Yep.
Like
I'll take an extra 5 minutes of that.
It's they're trying to build tension. What could Chris possibly reveal? Ooh. But like Kim, all we care about is that big juicy ass. Okay. So anyways, we're back to Kim and Chris. Chris says it was just a big accident what happened to that little girl when she got killed. No further explanation. We learn that Chris has maybe kind of sort of dated Shelly, the mysterious blonde mountain girl, and it was her little sister who died. Chris believes his friends were murdered for what happened, and he wanted to investigate the lodge for more info. How does Kim respond? By grabbing Chris by the back of his head, plunging it underwater, and manually giving herself oral pleasure with his face. And she's going for it.
Yeah.
And this is filthy, but I loved her performance.
Yeah. Mm.
It's disgusting. Yeah, no. It's fun to see a woman have fun in a role like that, where she's just completely objectifying the fuck out of this guy. And it's like, she's not listening to this guy's revealing deep, dark secrets about a dead child. And she's like, yeah, I'm going to put those lips to my...
Stop fucking talking.
Yeah, I mean, as awful as her character is, that's not to say that the actress is fantastic. She's
give me a labia licking.
All right,
we're on to the performances now, Joe. Not the different ways you can talk about cunnilingus.
Labia majora. Ooh.
That's the labia will always be minora.
That's the major one.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Skylar
just give
Pike,
me a taste.
Yeah. Skylar and Pike, they enter the weird lair at the mining place, and Skylar wants to bail immediately. He's doing his I don't know about this, Scoob. Pike looks around and she finds this like a pile of safety pamphlets on the ground. Skylar busts the camera out and almost immediately finds near mint condition newspaper articles that explain everything.
Like
Shredder likes to laminate. Shredder likes to laminate. He used to work at a Staples. That's why they call him the Shredder. Because he ran the shredding machine.
Hey, he still got the employee discount.
The mine chamber is like temperature controlled and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like a humidor.
Here are the headlines. Olympic champion opens new ski area. Drunk driving teens kill wife of resort owner. Snow surfing banned at Rocky Summit. Local girl dies in snowboard accident. So, the thing that confuses me, though, is why did we have to conflate this with the drunk driving teens killing the wife? Because, go ahead, Sean. I
like what you're saying, because I thought this was all really kind of convoluted and confusing when you're putting all these plots on top of each other.
Yeah.
Like Christoph is a killer. There's a drunk driving incident, but then his friends possibly got killed and other people got killed. And it was too much.
Yeah.
It's all too much.
So I can't tell. Did this same group of snowboarding teens in one weekend drunk drive and kill his wife and then also somehow killed a girl in a snowboarding accident, or two separate incidences?
I think it's two separate. I think it's just Grump Daddy has like everything taken away from him, and that's why he needs to kill these dirty.
Is that what Cassandra calls Ryan in the midst of lust? Grump Daddy. Be disgruntled and upset for me, Ryan.
Yeah, list off like all the Blu-ray special features you wish this can.
Tell me how you're pissed that Kohl's wouldn't double stack your 40% off. No, but like, again, this kind of goes along, I think, with the idea that maybe early on in the script stage, it was a parody of these kind of movies already, because that's I know what you did last summer.
Okay, yeah.
Christoph is that. So maybe that's just the remnants of that. But otherwise, yeah, it's too much. We don't need that.
I started zoning out when we got into more of this as it went on. Like at this point, I'm in the action. Give me more, beheading. Give me more killing. Give me more goofs. Give me more humping in a hot tub. I don't need more plot at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, to get around that, they find some weird dolls. There's children's toys scattered around. We hear a music box playing in the distance. Pike calls Skylar over to a weird tea set at a little table. And there seems to be a big doll sitting there. Oh my God, could it be the dead child we've heard so much about? Well, they knock it over, they panic, and immediately in a beautiful bit of ADR, it's so fast, it's impossible to be a response. Pike says, she's like preserved. They recoil in
She's
horror.
just like a jar of jam.
Sure. Skylar talks about his documentary.
Jar of jam.
Stop laughing. Skylar gets excited about his documentary. He's got some meat to it now, especially since Kirk is gone. He doesn't know that though. Oops, spoiled it. But anyway, Shredder arrives. Oh my God. Pike runs over, slams the door. So they've locked themselves in and they've locked him out. But then, oops, Kirk's body falls from behind the door and it falls on on Pike and they fall to the ground. And then the door opens. Oh my God, it's a mess. He's dead. But Shredder comes bursting in and he immediately trips over Kirk's body. So then Pike kicks Shredder in the head, knocking him over. Then Pike and Skylar try to leave, but they trip over Shredder's body. Skylar's like, oh no, my camera, dude, better get it. And then Shredder grabs a hatchet and boom, blasts him in the thigh. Pike clocks Shredder with her snowboard. It's the most feeble swing. It's boo. And then she punches him with her fist. He stumbles out. So she bails. He stumbles out after her, and she gives him one more good clock with the snowboard, knocking him out.
Shredder is weak and clumsy as hell.
Well,
like they could have totally dispatched Shredder right there.
True.
I mean, like he's just laying there,
and they know that he killed his friend because the friend was there. Kirk was right there.
Everybody knows you gouge out the eyes.
So which Shredder do you think? We've already kind of spoiled that the dad. There's two killers, the dad and the daughter. Which Shredder do you think it was? Do you think that was the dad, the weak one?
I think it was the dad. I think the dad. 'Cause I think the daughter would have had more fight.
I also think that the dad. I think most of the time, maybe all of the time, except for that opening shot where there's the two of them in the same scene. I think it's almost always a man in there. Not to say that it's always the dad, but it just it's very masculine.
I think a man is playing the part. Yeah, underneath it all. But later on, as we see, the dad doesn't think anyone's getting killed. He thinks they're
blanks.
I don't think he realizes his daughter's quite as fucking nuts as she is.
Yeah. But anyways, none of this matters. Cut to hardcore hot tub sex. Kim's fucking feet are up on the outside of the tub as she pulverizes Chris's dingus under the water. I mean, she's grabbing it by the back of the head. Oh, let's hear it, Joe. Put your feet up. Let's hear it.
Oh, no.
Okay. Joe, now I know when you have sex with a donkey, that's what it sounds like, but it's not like that.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. Anyways, enter Cole. He's caught them having sex. He's shocked. He thinks he's shocked. He's kind of losing interest already. He's not sure if he cares or not. Oh, wait. He thinks Chris is a murderer. Cole's acting is all over the place, or whoever this actor is. I'm sorry. Like, it's great for me. I enjoyed it, but like that moment was so bizarre where it's like giving him two things to do. One, be shocked at his girlfriend cheating on him, but also realizing it's with Cole, who he thinks is a murderer. This fried this actor's brain. He did not know what to do.
He's like, fuck, this is a whole new world, guys. I'm not sure what's happening.
So anyways, he runs away. He's upset. And like a child, he runs away to go cry. And for some reason, very out of character up to this point, Kim grabs her coat and her boots and she takes off after him. Kind of a little surprised by that, especially because Chris's hunky butt is still right there. But anyways, okay, we cut to Skylar and Pike are coming down the ski slope, and then all of a sudden, here comes Cole and Kim right out of the woods. Like, either they were running for 30 minutes, or the lodge is right there. But they catch up and they suddenly start exchanging information. We know this. You know that. Chris is not a murderer, but I think Chris is a murderer. They're going back and forth. A lot of it just revolves around Cole being like, Chris, he's a murderer. But eventually I think the group consensus is Chris is not a killer. There is a killer. He's back there. He's probably coming. We got to watch out. So they all go back. Oh, I apologize. Back to the hot tub. Shredder Man is there. This is actually between some of their shenanigans. Shredder Man is dragging a big old shovel. And Chris is too busy relaxing in the hot tub. He's laid back, arms stretched out, eyes closed. And then
baby, I can't go again.
Yeah, he says,
Go to ruin poor Christoph. I need to reach
I
out.
made whoopsie.
What's that mean?
It's calm. He made a little bit of calm.
Okay, here's what he actually says. No, baby. Gotta let me get some rest. I'm telling you, this is like Spanish now or something? I don't know. I'm telling you, you're gonna kill me if we go another time. And then anyways, he opens his eyes and oh my God, Shredder Man. And he immediately starts begging for his life. No, please don't do it. Please don't do it. Oh my God, please don't do it. And then like he cranks it up to 11 and he's like, ah! And then all of a sudden, quite well done, I may say, 2 shovel hits and they look graphic as fuck. And that that's the cinematography and Chris's acting, man. He fucking goes for it.
He sells the hell out of it.
Yeah, so he gets bludgeoned twice. And then we just cut to an indiscriminate amount of time later. The foursome shows up, and there's Chris face down in the hot tub. There's blood in the water. Cole immediately says, okay, it's not him. Let's get out of here. Like, almost as deadpan as that. Like, oh, all right, you guys are right. See ya. But everybody else is like screaming. They're panicking. And for some reason, I think Kim mentions the sheriff, and then Pike's like, the sheriff's dead. So it was a bit awkward. But anyways, they leave because more indiscriminate time passes. Kimberly has her pants on now, so they discover that the Jeep hood has been opened, wires have been ripped out, the engine's been fucked with. It doesn't look good. So Kim has walked off screen, and we hear her scream. What's going on? She's discovered the bodies of the sheriff, Robin, and Kirk, but they're displayed as snow angels. Yeah. And again, another beautiful moment that I know had to be intentional. There is a trail of blood only up to Kirk's body. Kirk's legs, he's face down, his legs are splayed open, and the blood trail goes right up to where the bungus is. As if he sharded blood. You know, it's beautiful.
It can happen. It can occasionally happen.
I believe that. His colon's all inflamed and stuff, and it's just he dropped him right there in the snow and just all slopped out.
Maybe the killer stepped on his stomach a little bit.
Yeah, he jumped on it. Like, ooh, yeah. No more Buckley's jumping on the intestines.
Oh, by the way, whenever I did that for the podcast, I think I broke Tad's bed because he got a new one pretty quick after.
Well, he probably just did it because you were on it.
Yeah.
No. He let me sleep in his bed before whenever I was high on mushrooms.
Oh, God.
Okay. Anyways, the group makes it back to the lodge. More time has passed. Pike brings up her theory about how they've been breaking the mountain rules, because she's making the connection from the articles and the pamphlets and everything, what the audience has known the whole time. Anyways, that's why they're being killed. Like, I don't know, maybe the movie is smarter than I'm giving it credit for. I didn't pay specific attention to who broke what rules, and does that mean that they deserve to die in certain ways, or it's just simply snowboarders are bad, break rules, must die. That's
I think they dropped the ball on that. Like, there's it goes to, is he killing them because they're on the mountain, or is he killing them because they're fucking around on the mountain and not following the rules? It's like, pick one of these, reasons that you're killing. It's just because they're trespassing and you hate snowboarders because what happened to your wife? Or, they never sell it all the way with the screwing around.
What's the rule with Robin and this, like, the scarf or something?
The loose clothing. No loose clothing on the ski.
Because, the shenanigans in that moment are very cartoonish. Maybe Ryan's theory of the original script versus what the director contributed or changed maybe that was a big punchier part, was like each person was doing something specific that was like goofy, and then they died.
Yeah.
You know, in some similar way or something. I don't know. But anyways, Cole doesn't buy it. He doesn't buy the whole rule breaking thing because it's white bread Cole. Who gives a fuck? And then cut to later that night, Pike and Cole are patching up Skylar's wound with, I believe, earrings and like jewelry, because at some point they pull out something with like a diamond on it, and they crack a couple jokes. There's definitely earrings in there, because if you look closely, it's a pretty graphic wound.
Yeah.
It's just
it's
sloppy
brutal.
and filled with blood. Anyways, meanwhile, Kim she's like fucking full blown panicking. She's by herself. She's looking for weapons, which, hey, I'll give you credit for. And again, the acting is insane, and I love it. Like, this woman, whatever the actress's name is, she went for it, and I don't know if she was in on it. Maybe she met the writer, and the writer's like, just go fucking bonkers. Who cares what that director's saying? Because like she sold it for me. But anyways, she's digging around looking for weapons, and she breaks into a door that leads into the basement. Long story short, she finds like an old radio and some other shit, but she opens a closet, I think, or something, and boom, skeletons fall out. We get several shots of her butt, like almost Raimi style. And she ends up in the main part of the lodge where the other three are, and she's screaming about how she, like, very specifically, like, whether this is a character, don't know what I'm trying to say. Can't tell if this is just bad screenwriting, good screenwriting, or a character attribute. But she immediately makes the leap of logic that those are Chris's dead friends. Like, them specifically, those skeletons. Like, she just assumes that. And she probably is right in this world.
Yeah.
But anyways, Pike, like, again, I don't know if I like it or not. I think I do. Pike chastises her like, well, that's what you get for going in the fucking basement. Like, immediately gives her a hard time. But it's like, that was useful information. Like, we've realized that no one is safe here. Like, even in this room, he could get in this lodge. And it's like, Pike is just upset because... You mean to Cole? I like Cole.
That just felt like another like
Cole dick.
What Pike was saying, that just felt like kind of rip off Scream moment kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Everyone's giving each other a hard time.
Like it felt like a throwaway kind of like horror movie trope type of thing.
Yeah. That self-aware thing, because again, coming up pretty soon, Skylar has one of those as well.
Well, we cut to, it's nighttime for sure, and we get an establishing shot of the lodge. And I kind of had this weird feeling. There's a couple really nice sweeping shots of this big lodge. Is there any chance that was a miniature? Because in this shot in particular, I kind of felt like it wasn't moving at the same rate and scale.
I thought the same thing.
As the foreground. Yeah, like that's a plate in the back that is a shot of a miniature, and then in the foreground, you have the snow, and then where a shredder walks by. It's weird. But
I thought it was a miniature too when they showed those shots. Yeah,
I'm gonna look this up.
I don't know.
Come on.
Throughout the movie, we get several shots where I thought that this was a miniature.
Be cool, Trevor.
Yeah, it's a miniature.
Where's Nick at? Can we call Nick? Nick will know.
Nick could probably.
No, Nick's in Indiana doing something.
Hold on, I gotta watch it back one more time. I just feel like it's not. There's.
I see what you see.
Yeah, I don't. It might just be my eyes deceiving me. Or it could be that thing where maybe the footage is played back at a different frame rate than what it was shot in, or something. So it feels like when you do stop motion or something. Okay. Anyways, we get this establishing shot. Cole's outside working on the Jeep. Pike comes out. She calls him the tool master. They being cute and doing some shit. Pike seizes the moment, and she gives Cole 3 big old juicy kisses. Oh yeah, very sloppy. And then they make some sort of joke about how, I don't know, maybe, what if we were just like naked and like being goofy like until we died tonight or something.
Yeah.
But anyways,
what if we had like sex with each other as like a prank?
Holy shit! When did you get a pillow? You
I've been watching him
What?
fuck around with that pillow for 30 seconds.
What?
Joe, you look like you're sleeping. You look like the camera's on the ceiling right now.
No. I'm not sleeping. No, I'm.
Jeez,
I'm
I've never
sitting
seen
up,
someone
I'm
be
comfortable.
upright.
He looks like Dan Aykroyd in Coneheads, where they sleep standing up.
Yeah.
Yes. Well,
Hey,
okay,
nothing wrong with being comfy.
I'm almost done. Anyways, Pike glances at the fuck of a mess that Cole's created in that Jeep, immediately has an epiphany and says, "Oh, wait, I'll be right back." And then Cole chuckles to himself and he says, "I guess I should have taken shop."
Oh, yeah.
And I'm out.
All right. Time to bring it up. End this thing. All right. So, right after that, we see the Shredder. He unlocks the door and enters. Kimberly is huddled down by the fireplace, armed with a poker and a frying pan. She doesn't know the Shredder walking right behind her. Shredder then goes upstairs to where Skylar is laying and approaches him. Skylar says, "You know you can't kill me, 'cause I'm still a virgin." Ignoring that tired bit, Shredder shoves the end of his ski pole into the lens of the camcorder as Skylar holds it up to his eye. Having not shoved it in far enough, the killer gives it another good shove, and finally it finds purchase in his fucking eyeball, killing Skylar. Mercifully for us. Cut to downstairs, where Kimberly nervously guzzles one of those small bottles of booze. She hears the ruckus upstairs and calls out for Skylar. We cut to Skylar's lifeless corpse as a ridiculous and amazing and wonderful amount of blood just gushes out from behind the camera that's still affixed to his eye by the impaling ski pole. The blood runs and pools down to the air vent and begins to drip down onto Kimberly's face.
Dude, that shot is
So good.
Of the tape deck opening and then the blood spurting out all over the camera is fucking great.
Yeah, it's
so
great.
good.
Great shot.
This movie is stellar in so many small ways.
I've heard of. Well, I was going to say that effect's a little like kind of easy to do. You hollow it out and then you put like a blood tube in and you just go.
What? What? Okay, hold on. What is this need of yours to explain? We know, Joe.
Yeah, that's actually not that impressive, Tyler.
No,
we could do that here with some rope and a flashlight.
But
I was
Joe,
saying if we wanted to do that for the next project, we could.
Okay, I appreciate that, but I'm just saying, Joe. Like, I think most people understand that when blood suddenly comes out of something, there's probably a tube and like blood being pumped through it.
They didn't really kill the actor, Joe.
It's that specific.
I thought it was real. I thought it was real.
I feel like, and fans who, all 7 of you that listen to every episode, listen back or let me know. I feel like it's every time it's that type of moment in a kill where the blood suddenly spurts out that Joe says, "Well, you see here."
I just want to let people. I
legitimately thought you were asleep there. I legitimately thought you were so tired of hearing me that you fell asleep.
I am not asleep. I'm resting. I'm resting my eyes. Daddy is napping.
Okay. Savini, can I continue?
That's fine. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Okay, so the blood drips down from the vent and onto Kimberly's face, and she screams. As Pike and Cole continue to work on the Jeep, Kimberly frantically runs around the cabin floor, trying to find a place to hide, until she opens a closet door and discovers Chad's dead body from the opening scene, 3/4 neck cut off guy. But she needs a place to hide because the Shredder's around, so she has to shut herself inside the closet with dead Chad. As the killer stalks the cabin, Kimberly sneaks out of the closet, quickly grabs her walkie-talkie, and returns to her hiding place. She attempts to contact Cole with the walkie-talkie, who can't hear her at first because of the Jeep engine turning over and over, but eventually he does hear her. When he responds, it's so loud on Kimberly's end that it alerts the Shredder to her whereabouts. The Shredder begins stabbing holes into the closet door with the poker, trying to get to Kimberly. Kimberly then, and I love this, she tries to brace the door with Chad's corpse because that's all she's got, and it's there. And so she's pushing his dead fucking body up against the door as the Shredder just pounds into it and puts holes through it with the poker.
And once again, she is acting the shit out of this. And what's just so impressive, because she goes from such a vindictive, hateful bitch the whole first part of the movie, and then she's playful and she's flirty, and then she has this total turnaround and she's a total scream queen and owning it the entire time, and you believe everything that's coming out of her, and it's awesome.
Thank you, Sean, for that glowing nomination for fan favorite character.
Yeah, there it is.
Festicul appreciates your nomination.
Yeah.
Plus
Oh, you're
one for Festicul.
Very welcome.
And then here comes even more fun. The poker eventually gets through and impales on Chad's head, finally finishing off what they started, ripping his head all the way off. And now it's on the end of the poker, and he's repeatedly shoving the poker, still trying to stab Kimberly. But what Kimberly's getting is this fucking head, almost 3D like, coming at her, going back, coming at her, going back. That's wonderful.
It's great. It's totally. It was very reminiscent of Friday the 13th, Part 3.
Yep,
if
the
you
eyeball.
actually wear it with the 3D glasses.
Yep. It's so great. It's so fun.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it.
And the thing is, she is selling the shit out of the scene, and she is just absolute in terror this entire time. And then this goofy ass head is poking at her repeatedly, and it's so funny, but she's being so serious, and it just fucking works.
This would have been a great. This is the kind of scene I would like to have seen in a half or full filled theater. Because this would have been the audience moment of clapping and laughing and having a great time. This is that audience moment. Fatigued, the killer or Shredder then takes a break and leaves. Kimberly runs out, only to find the Shredder was hiding about 8 feet away. He attacks her. He's just right there. He attacks her. Causing her walkie-talkie to hit the floor. As Cole's voice repeats her name from the walkie-talkie, we see a pool of blood flow into frame towards the walkie-talkie. And again, I thought that was effective. We don't necessarily see yet what happened to Kimberly, but instead of the standard, blood splatter, forceful, we get this thick, viscous pooling again. Very similar to the blood that came out of Skylar. And I thought it was pretty effective. Cole leaves Pike and the Jeep and goes to find Kimberly. He enters the cabin following a blood trail on the floor. He heads downstairs and he finds Kimberly. She has a bloody hole in her chest. She looks dead. But no, she's not quite dead. She opens her eyes. She
very spryly opens her eyes for being near dead.
She has that because she just has one last moment on this earth, one last breath, one last explosion of energy, and she uses it to say to Cole, "I never loved you," and then dies. That's my favorite moment in this whole movie.
You know what?
Actually,
it's a great comedic moment, but also what a great character moment. You know what? She's being honest with him. Hopefully he can move on sooner rather than later and not just like live his whole life bemoaning, "Oh, poor Kimberly." She's like, just fuck off. Fuck you. Fuck you. Go get with Pike.
She was so hot, but she never let me touch her boobus.
With her dying breath, she was committed. Fan favorite. Outside. Oh, and then Cole hears some metal moving, screeching across the floor from behind him, and he gets up. Outside, Pike no sooner gets the Jeep running when the Shredder tries to get in. She backs up, shaking him out of the Jeep. She stops and surveys the landscape. When the Shredder stands up, she puts the Jeep into drive and hits the gas, her desire to run over the Shredder, obliterating her skills as a motorist, and she slams into the snowblower as the killer dives out of the way. She hits her head into the steering wheel. We think she might have knocked herself out, makes the horn go off. But then she lifts her head just in time to see the Shredder slam a ski pole through the passenger side window at her head. Cut to black. Fade in on the killer dragging Pike's lifeless body. Cut to inside the cabin where Cole has been trying to get out through the doors, which have been blocked by a freezer. He finally gets through and heads out.
Now, hold on a second. This is the same guy that couldn't open a door held by a 90-pound woman, but he can fully move like industrial fridges to block doors.
It's that
Well,
fight
it's
or flight
abandoned,
finally kicked in.
Probably wasn't any food in that.
Unless we're positing that it was the daughter that was dealing with Kim, and Daddy was out doing other stuff.
Yeah.
There might be more matched there.
Oh, yeah. Fade in on the killer dragging Pike's lifeless body. All right, I already said that. He gets the fuck out. All right, outside, he discovers the bodies of his friends, including Pike, who is open-eyed dead with a hole in her forehead. Very deep hole. Her eyes are wide open for several seconds, never blinks.
I mean,
She
it's
looks very
like
pale.
a chasm.
Absolutely fucking dead, right? Absolutely.
Yeah, she's dead.
She's dead.
I thought for sure she's dead.
She is
dead.
dead.
Not blinking.
No,
Her eyes
we
are
all
open.
agree she's dead.
Got a fucking crater
Yeah,
in her
she's-
forehead
Yep,
from a
yep.
ski pole. That was
Or
very
pipe.
close to her.
R.I.P.
Angered, Cole jumps on the ski lift and begins yelling about all the ways he's been irresponsible on the slopes. He's taunting the killer.
You can't get me. You can't get me.
That's what he says.
Yeah. He brought his pillow and his sleeping bag. He's out there. You can't get me. You can't get me.
I'm all toasty. I'm all toasty. You're all cool. You can't get me.
I'm just calling the film.
Oh, the film. It finally works when he exclaims that he hates skiers. That seems to be the final straw. Close up on the emergency stop button being pushed, which effectively stops the lift. Cole then sees the shredder from far away. Atop of it, from far away, he sees the shredder on a snowmobile. The shredder gets off the snowmobile, points a gun at him, starts firing. Cole, shitting his long underwear, drops to the ground to avoid being shot. He then hides in the bushes as the shredder arrives near him. Cole then runs out and easily knocks the shredder from his steed. Cole then grabs his rifle and points it at the killer, who yells, "Get off my mountain! Why can't you leave us alone?" Cole yells that you killed my friends. The killer says, "I didn't kill anybody." And he removes his helmet to reveal it's Buddy. It's Buddy. Former Olympian Buddy. "You goddamn snowboarders killed my wife and little daughter. A dozen simple rules and you irresponsible punks can't follow one of them."
I keep forgetting that. This man is an Olympic champion.
Yeah,
How
Yeah.
far he has fallen.
I know.
Some
Yeah.
time ago.
Yeah. Things just didn't work out after he
It's
got
a
that
young
medal.
man's game, you know?
It really
Yeah.
What are you
is.
gonna do?
Yeah. He had to take up bowling now. That's the only sport he plays.
Sport. He claims no one's been killed and that he was just trying to scare them away. Then he walks toward Cole. He says, "I told you to stay away from her." He's airing all of his grievances. One, he's mad about the irresponsibility, and he's also mad about the guy trying to get at her daughter. Got a lot of irons in the fire. Cole shoots the rifle, but it's just blanks. Buddy laughs and chases Cole. Cole brains him with the rifle. What we think is killing him, because again, he's laying there, his eyes are open, large gash on the forehead. Then Cole just kind of semi-casually snowboards away. It's very like... Suddenly, Buddy is still alive, and he's chasing Cole, and he's wearing the red gloves. We get a weird chase sequence with some weird editing. I don't know what the term is, if there is one for this kind
It's
of
like
editing,
real
but
choppy almost.
it's deliberately like they're cutting out chunks of it. Like,
Well, it's that 90s,
yeah, and it was-
MTV.
There's
like,
a little bit of that in the Fellowship of the Ring at the
Yeah.
end.
I didn't like it.
Whatever it's
Especially
called.
after having such,
Looks like shit.
yeah, especially if we had some good chase sequence. And this is supposed to be I don't want to see some time lapse editing. I want to see it kind of in real time with the music. This is
It's
and the killer's
radical,
chasing it.
Ryan. It's radical, dude.
I know. I'm just not as tubular as I used to be. Well, you should have seen me in my day.
Back
There
in
was
nobody.
1704,
Back in the
we were
roaring
so
20s.
tubular.
There was
Back in
nobody
my
more tubular
day.
than me. Nobody.
Except for all those people that died of tuberculosis.
They were pretty tubular.
Things were fucking crazy before consumption.
Ah,
Anyway. Is that the
Take us
whatever the
home.
disease was in Little
I
House?
don't know, man. It doesn't
The
matter.
coughing up blood disease.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Someone
I
coughs
got
into a
blood
rag.
lung.
Blood lung.
I got the scarlet fever.
I got
I
shit
got the
lung.
red lung.
I got shit
I got the
lung.
scarlet
bad.
fever.
Scarlet.
All right, yeah, so we get the chase sequence with the weird editing. Buddy then accidentally decapitates himself on the stretched out wire, just like what happened to Chad. Poetic
Man,
justice.
we're not really
Damn.
talking much about it, but the kills are great. The kills are
Kills
great.
are
Kills are
fantastic.
good. Very
Love
good.
the kills. Love
Happy
the kills.
holidays, gang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cole then stops, gets on the walkie-talkie, and calls out to see if there's anyone left. Can anyone hear me? Is there anyone left alive? Cole then runs down the road to the tavern, and it's empty. but still has a fireplace lit. So someone had been there. He tries the payphone, but it's dead. He then runs out the back and finds himself in some sort of snow trench with the exit blocked by the big snow plow.
Like that Star Wars trash
I think it's
compactor?
the same location where they were parked when they were facing the beast machine, and then they back up the road. I'm pretty sure it's the same spot. They were establishing that.
So he's in that trench area, and the big snowplow was there, and suddenly its blades whir to life. He tries to go back into the tavern, but the door is locked. He tries to climb the trench, but he cannot. As the plow and its blades inch closer and closer, Cole frantically throws his snowboard at it. It does nothing.
Yeah.
Cut to the cab. The killer, the shredder, is driving. There's another shredder, another killer. The driver next to him is dead. The killer that we, used to.
He's kind of laid back with like a smile on his face, like.
Yeah. Well, she probably did that titty thing with put his hand in her shirt before, like she did with Skylar.
The titty thing.
It's legitimately a terrifying situation for Cole. Like, I had to put myself in the situation. I was like, fuck, what did I do? Jesus Christ. Like, do you keep trying to crawl out of the snowbank? I don't know.
I think you would have.
You just make a little tunnel.
You got to do like a Jet Li Jackie Chan move. As it gets closer, you got to jump off the door, and try to get on top of it.
Yeah,
or something.
And then you yell parkour when you do it.
And then immediately slide right into the blades.
That's right. It's sucked into him.
The shredder then takes off the gloves and helmet to reveal it is Shelly.
My God.
What, you mean the only person left alive in this film is the killer?
I know. Weird.
That's not the only person left alive yet, Joe.
What, you mean that thing you said that was red herring is not? Is actual killer?
It takes her so long to revel herself because she's got the hat and the glove and the mask and the goggles. And because you see her hair, so you know it.
Yeah.
It's drawn out.
All right, so then, she takes off all that. She reveals that she's Shelly. She laughs. She then places a ski pole onto the gas pedal to keep the machine moving, and then she gets out. "Snowboarders off my mountain," she yells. "Who's the shredder now?" So I'm sure that's a line in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze. I'm pretty sure someone yells, "Who's the shredder now?" There has to be.
She couldn't yell all this from inside the machine.
It's well insulated. That plexiglass, they got to keep you toasty in there when it's blizzard outside. And with her voice box is probably very thin. It's cold out. Just then, Pike, still alive. She appears from on top of the tavern roof with a shotgun.
Oh my God! How is this possible? She was dead.
I know. She pumps the shotgun. Shred this bitch.
Boom.
She shoots Shelly, who falls down into the trench. Shelly then stands up, looks at her bloodied hands, and then charges toward Cole. Pike fires again, sending Shelly back towards the blades, which comically suck her into the blades.
Ryan is not lying when he says "suck her into the blades."
Yeah, it's kind of hard. It's like she sits. She's digital, kind of. I don't really.
It looks like a
trying to
dummy.
describe it, but it's very
She's
specific.
definitely in front of a green screen or something when she falls down onto her butt, and then I think they take the last frame of that and digitally like bend
Blur
and fuck her into the machine.
Yeah.
But I love it. It made me
it's
laugh.
great.
It just adds to the fun.
It is absolutely worthy of a kick-ass kill.
Yeah,
Wow, we'll figure that out later.
No, I think that's fair.
I think it's kick-ass.
It's a contender, certainly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good ones in this movie.
You got that nice like Fargo shot of just like the snow mulch just blurting out blood.
That's what I mean. A bunch of guts and blood and viscera and everything shoots out of the the top loader or whatever you call that, like Joe said.
Yeah.
I thought the same thing, Fargo. So, but it's great. Blood in the snow, can't beat it. Pike then jumps into the cab and stops the machine. Then she and Cole kiss. Then we get a real cringy, shitty little bit. If you didn't already fucking hate Cole, We get a cringy bit where he says, Pike, I'm cool, if you're bi and you want to bring chicks home.
I want another lady.
And she's like, whatever, and says something, smart ass gets in the truck. And that is Shredder. That is the end of Shredder.
Yeah, dude. We got
Yes.
shredded.
On a scale of malevolent to benevolent, sleepy Grandpa Joe Buckley with your blanket and your fucking pillow.
I wish the fans could see him.
Hashtag Sleepy Joe.
What say you?
So I was pleasantly surprised by this movie. I thought it was very well shot. I liked the kills. I thought the gore was good. I had a fun time watching it. So I'm gonna go benevolent on it.
Very good.
Let me see what Sean has to say.
What the?
Yeah.
What the shit,
Yeah, Joe. You know what? This is I will say, so I saw this like said 2 hours ago, January 5th, 2004, when I was 19 years old. Do the math.
Just a pun.
Yeah, and I felt like it seemed a lot better when I was 19. I enjoyed it a lot more. I felt myself getting kind of bored certain sequences a little bit for as much praise as I've given it in this review. Some of the plot holes, like we discussed, are just infuriating and distracting a little bit. Maybe, like Tyler's touching on, it was done that way on purpose because it was lampooning these other films. I don't know, but I like that it's in the screen frame. You get the mystery kill.
Sorry, Trevor's playing back the kill in slow
I'm
motion.
doing it too. I'm gonna turn the sound off this fucking internet phone.
I was gonna say
it's
no.
Ryan.
That's Ryan.
That's me.
I got all my sound going through my headphones. Finally.
Oh,
Sorry.
what were you playing?
The video of her getting sucked.
I isolated the
Sucked
the
into
kill
the
at the
thing.
end. She
The
gets sucked
slow
in.
mo is in the Slender Man chat.
While we were talking about it, I was trying to stop the frame and I was trying to manipulate where it was maybe a dummy and the CG
Oh, you
and
can
get
see it
sucked in
all,
there.
dude.
Yeah,
That's
it's all in
awesome.
there.
Yeah,
That's
it's
so
good. It's
That's
real
so
good
good.
slow.
But I mean, I loved it. It was kind of, in the Scream kind of vein. You got all the red herrings in there. You got multiple decapitations. You got great kills. You got party hats. It hits a lot of the right goof notes. So I am going to go with borderline benevolent
Oh,
Wow.
All right.
because it was a board. No board.
no, I get it.
Thank
No
you.
board.
No borderline.
Nice.
Oh,
See, Joe, a snowboard is an apparatus that the shredders use to go down to grind the fat white.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was like a sex toy thing.
You
I
think
just
everything's a
misunderstood.
sex
I'm
toy
sorry.
thing?
Yeah. The Christmas ham on your grandma's table you think is a sex toy thing.
No.
All right, let's see what you got, Trevor.
boy. I'd never seen this. So this was an entirely new experience for me. I did like this a lot more than I thought I would. Strong start, like we discussed. A lot of good kills. That's something that I feel like we've been lacking lately. A lot of the movies have been good, but not real. We haven't had a real gross, sloppy fella in a long time. And this was right up with the best of them. Yeah, I like this quite a bit. Usually, there's always a part in these movies that I kind of lose interest towards the middle. That didn't really happen this time, honestly. It was pretty good the entire run. I really don't have much bad to say about it, other than I feel like maybe one or two too many characters. I feel like I don't like Cole. I don't know if that's intentional or not. But if he's supposedly the lead or a lead, he doesn't do very much, and he just kind of sucks in general. So but at the end of the day, I do have to give this a benevolent. I don't know how, right smack in the middle of benevolent. I can't pretend that I didn't like this. So Ryan, what say you?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to give this a benevolent. It kind of hits this this area of malevolent movies. I haven't defined it in my mind, but we almost have like 3 kind of categories of malevolent movies, and this kind of fits into that sweet spot that I do feel that Ice Queen, and not just because of the snow, but that Ice Queen fits in, and Lucky Stiff fits in, and certain things like that.
Sickness House, just the really top tier.
I love Sickness. I love the Sickness House, but that's a different kind of malevolent movie. That's that
The Big F.
Yeah. That's a different tier.
I'd lump those 2 together.
That had a little bit of Bigfoot rape. It's okay.
I'd put those 2 in the same category.
Did you listen to the episode?
I did. I listened. Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Look at him.
Yeah. He had Bigfoot and a tiny little penis.
He did.
Yeah.
Of course, that's what he remembers.
So you found something to bond with the big
you
ape.
felt like you were Bigfoot.
No. I have nothing in common with a big, giant, smelly, hairy, tiny penis ape. I'm a clean-shaven, nice-smelling, big-dicked man.
No. I can't
My
imagine
dick is not the
that's
size
true.
of a pen eraser. Absolutely not. No.
That is not the.
no.
Oh, Tyler, don't do that to Joe's wiener.
No.
Don't stick it in your nose. Don't stick my
Cat's
penis
nose?
in your nose.
Anyway, I don't have it anymore. It's been
Sorry,
that way.
right.
It's fine.
Doesn't
Festicul
matter.
did great. Tyler. I mean, what can I do now?
I like I said, I saw this a long time ago now. Loved it then, love it now. I'm a little shocked at we weren't on our A game tonight. We're all busy people, but I kind of like think I believed in the spirit of like the Festicles holiday horror, and I thought we would all come together. And I'm a little shocked that Shredder couldn't get us to our A game. I think maybe we peaked at like B-. And so I'm curious. I wanted to blame just being tired and busy and shit.
I think the secret sauce is, as much as I hate to admit it, to give Festicul some credit, I think this movie's too good for us to hit our A game.
Exactly. Like, because Ryan's made that point before.
There's some movies every now and then we're like, yeah, this was great. Like, it was a fun movie. I had a good time watching it.
Yeah, there's nothing to dig into. It didn't piss me off. But it doesn't put me over the moon. You know what I mean?
And it's also not weird enough.
Yeah.
Either. Because something like a Lucky Stiff, I don't think anybody was really bored with it, but it does a lot of big,
questions.
Dumb shit in there. That gets us talking.
Look, what? Joe,
I know.
What the fuck? Joe,
dude, you were like, if that fan wasn't behind him, I would believe that he's propped his camera up above his bed.
Joe was in joke hibernation. He was like he was like in A Beautiful Mind.
He's taking micro naps. He hasn't slept in a day and a half.
That's No, I'm sorry, people. I definitely was not on my.
This is the
best,
kind of
joke,
this is the
kind of hybrid kind of thing. I wasn't up there.
We need to catch Joe like when is he fresh?
Never.
Fucking 3 a.m.
All right. Anyways, it's a benevolent.
Benevolence all around.
On the bonus scale that we use for the actual ratings that we do, I'm probably going to go a 4. Don't think it's the best, but it's up there. It's solid.
in there. Yeah, I'm with you there.
But
it's a good watch. I would recommend watching it.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. This is what movie nights are made for.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, shit. 2 different. I was gonna say competing movie nights for M and Tyler's crew back in the day.
Yeah. Both Shredder's making the rounds.
Watched it. Yeah.
So many others.
A big hit at both.
I'm going to be interested to see if maybe this episode picks up a couple more viewers. See if maybe there's a whole Shredder crew out there.
A Shredderverse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had no idea there was that Blu-ray, and that artwork is incredible.
It's
cool.
Going
back
yeah,
I may buy it just to have that.
Some people, if you just want the artwork, you can go on eBay. Some people are selling just the slipcover for the Shredder Blu-ray on our.
It's great. Well, Devin Whitehead is
like $10, $15.
Does incredible artwork.
That ain't bad.
Did the Friday the 13th box set? I mean, the guy's incredible. So,
well, Sean, you are up next. What was your keyword for your holiday horror film and your 2 no-nos, your naughty list items?
Fuck, what was my keyword?
Hang on here, I got you.
Damn it.
Oh shit, I don't have it.
You had no Christmas and you had
I know what I had, Joe. The keyword.
Give
Oh,
it.
I was just trying to help.
Sentient-
I was trying to help.
sentient-
Inanimate
Joe.
object comes to life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes. I need an inanimate object coming to life.
Well, hold on. You're gonna need this bonus
Right.
here because it's not specifically inanimate object comes to life.
Okay.
It's
right.
something comes to life / hold on. Let me get because
Yeah, how
you're
is
gonna
it
shoot
phrased
yourself in the
exactly?
foot here.
This is key. This is very key.
Yeah,
Okay.
I dropped the ball. I didn't.
Okay. Something comes to life / sentient object.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Something comes to life. There.
That is the
Perfect.
key. That is the key to sentient object. And then I originally got I can't have Thanksgiving. And I was like, no, Festicul. Come on, baby. Give me a challenge. I got this shit. And I threw that
He
away.
said, "Okay."
Festicul's like, fuck you, buddy.
Can do.
And then I rolled no New Year's and no Christmas. So I had to do a holiday horror that could not take place on one of the major holidays, New Year's or Christmas. And am I revealing my pick? Can I say it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're up next, buddy.
I have chosen. Look, and I did extensive research. Sarah did extensive research. And at the end of the day, what I learned is there are a lot more horror movies that take place during Thanksgiving than I realized. But that goddamn sentient thing coming to life really shot me in the fucking foot. And it was the first pick, and it's also the last pick. Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. There it is.
Oh
Had to be done. Reveal this. Okay. I'll reveal this to you, gentlemen. And I think it's good that Thanksgiving is represented here. It is
Oh,
a
I know.
holiday horror. It's a
Yeah.
holiday.
It works out. Yeah, it works out good.
I did this so begrudgingly. Okay. And I'll tell you why. Because I tried watching Thanksgiving, I'm going to say, let's just say 9 years ago. 9 years ago by myself. And look, I'll admit to you, maybe I was a couple beers deep. All right. I fell asleep on my couch watching Thanksgiving. I made it about 10, 15 minutes in, and I woke up from the most vivid nightmare about that film. And I wanted nothing to do with it for the past decade, which is why I fought so hard not to pick it, Tyler. But at the end of the day, it had to be done, and I'm going to face my nightmare head on.
Hell
To
yeah.
face
You had no
Festicul
choice.
on head on.
It's
I had
it's
to
a,
do it.
it's a good pick because it fits your criteria very. It's like you just got it through the net, and
Mhm.
also I was scanning through it because I haven't watched it since I originally saw it a long time ago. Well, not originally saw, but it's been like 5 years since I've seen it. But I think you're going to walk away with some awards. You may not end up top tier. I think it's going to be a battle, but I think that there's some characters, there's some goofs,
Mhm.
there's some gags. I think you're going to walk
Yeah.
away with some awards. I think you'll be happy.
Well, I knew it was going to be competitive, and I knew you had teased whatever Festicul picked, which ended up being Shredder, was something from my past, something from my universe. And I thought, and I thought for sure, it was going to be Santa's sleigh.
Oh, wow.
I would have bet, I would have bet
I remember
money
that
that,
one.
it was going to be Santa's sleigh, and I was actually pleasantly surprised when it was Shredder.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Thanksgiving is through the Malevolent movies lens, because myself, I've also watched it years ago. I didn't like it, so
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to rewatching it again through the Malevolent movies lens.
And the juxtaposition of the budgets of these films back to
Yes.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw part 3 with Tyler, and I did not enjoy it. But who knows if part 1 is maybe a little bit better.
Yeah. Maybe.
You always
I'll
told
just
that
say I
story
think
like
I've seen
8
3.
times. Tyler
Yeah.
made me watch Thanksgiving 3.
No. I'm just bringing it. I've seen the sequel.
Well, I hope Trevor not Trevor. I hope Zach and Nick are here for Sean's episode because that Thanksgiving is like you got to buy into it because if you don't,
Yeah.
it's loud and obnoxious and it's low budget. It's very low budget. So it's like, I think you got to be in the right state of mind. And I just want to hear Nick be angry again. Because we've all been mad at him so often, but it's much more fun to hear him be upset. So I'm hoping he'll watch and get angry about stuff. And I'm sure, I feel like Zach would be critical of it as well. But I love it. Yeah, I love Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving 3 too, Joe.
That's
Have you
fine.
seen
Everybody
The
has their own
Headhunter?
taste. Everybody has their own taste.
that came out about a year ago. Same director, completely different kind of movie. Same guy.
What's it called?
Called The Headhunter. It's a very serious kind of set in, I don't want to say, well, I guess you'd call it a fantasy film, but it's low budget, but not Thanksgiving style low budget. But you watching Thanksgiving and watching The Headhunter, you're like, how the fuck can the same guy have made both these movies? So the guy's turned into like a really good, legit filmmaker.
Now we're talking about Jordan Downey, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you seen his Critters fan film?
I have not. No.
Ryan, you would like it. I think you would like it.
Okay, because I'm a big fan of the original 4 movies, and I know that there was another movie, and then there was a TV series that I haven't seen either of. One I heard was awful, and one I heard was okay. I don't know which is which. But
I think you'll like it. It's short.
Okay.
It's short and sweet.
All right, thanks everybody for hanging out with us as we enjoyed Festicul's pick, Shredder. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and be with us next week.
Nothing.
Hey,
We're doing Festival sucks. Chance over here.
No,
Classic
we're not.
stuff.
Festicool.
Classic
no,
stuff.
no, he's cool.
Festicle's
He's very
best.
cool.
Yeah, you're going to be upset when
listen.
Festicool walks away with everything.
Listen,
You know, walks away with
Is
the
he
big
going to be
prize.
here? Is he going to be on one of the episodes? Is he going
Yeah.
to watch Thanksgiving? What the
Well,
fuck?
yeah.
He hasn't even
where is
shown
that
up.
fuck Festicool?
I report back to Festicool.
Yeah,
He's
we're
in
his
Indiana.
We will read my note.
Yeah.
You know,
We tell him we're
we
calling
will-
his ass out.
He
will
only
break
comes
bread.
out at certain times a year, some
Yeah.
shit, whatever. I'm
I
just
mean, this
salty
is his
because
busiest time of year.
I got quite a story for my pick that I'm eager to share. I had a bit of a situation with my first pick that I could no longer
No.
choose.
And listen, people. If you want a lovely T-shirt or hoodie or some kind of maybe coffee mug with our lovely faces on it, with lovely art by Trevor McCandless, you can go
Thank
on
you,
over
Joe.
to Threadless, our Threadless store, and you can get them maybe just in time for Christmas. I don't know if they ship them in time, but you might get it in time.
Depends on when this
Christmas-
episode comes in
I was going to say, I
2029.
don't know if this episode's going to be hitting.
I wouldn't
during
promise.
the Yule.
I wouldn't promise Christmas
Yeah.
2021, but definitely by 2022.
But
Hey,
It's by
Valentine's
New
Day,
Year's.
great
Start
Valentine's
pre-
Day gift.
Start pre-ordering your shit-tin shirts now.
Shit
Yeah.
shirts today.
It's Macabre.
Macabre. Shit.
My dick is big. My dick is big. Just so everybody knows.
Why?
Listen. This is basically what my dick looks like.
Joe, we can't see
A
anything.
blank phone?
Yeah, it's blank.
wait.
It's still
It's
blank.
still blank,
Yeah.
dude.
Turn it.
It doesn't.
Put it
Turning it does
away
not
from
change
the
it.
Yeah, let me
Just a
turn that
picture of an
down.
Turn your
animal's
brightness
wiener.
down.
'Cause I don't.
No.
Joe's
Okay, here we
always
go, here we go.
overlighting his cock.
Oh,
Ah.
Joe.
That's what my penis looks like.
Is that
You
just
just had
or is
that?
that a real person?
What's on the end of it? What's on the end of it?
That's a
Very
notification,
curvy.
a Facebook notification.
Oh, I thought it was like some
Joe's
sort
little
of decoration.
dingus comes Facebook notifications.
Yeah.
Why do you have this? You had this just
That's
ready?
his background.
No.